You're live. Coming at you live from Livesville at live o'clock.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boop, boop, boop. Okay. I'm not going to try and do an impression of the BBC noise.
So you know the BBC News noise?
Yeah, the apocalypse theme, yeah.
I follow the person who wrote that on TikTok.
All right.
And they do very interesting sort of breakdowns of how they build up layers in music and kind of...
Could you pass me the knife behind the thing? So, yeah.
Build up the layers and kind of and this is where I have the synths, and this is why I chose this instrument, because it kind of gives this feeling and stuff like that. And I was just like, musical theory stuff about things I recognise from popular culture.
Ah, yes.
What do you know?
Very well.
How to box.
All right. Hello, everyone. How are we all doing? Is there anything else in there? Any fivers? No. Yeah. All right. Hello. How are we all doing? Right. Hi, Two Guys Talk Tech. It's nice to see you. Hello. It is on time. We are on time. We are good. There is many a MacBook and there is many a Latitude as well. I've got...
Are they your Latitudes?
No, these are customer Latitudes. We're probably going to start on these because these are all easy. This is just broken hinges and broken LCDs. So basically I just need to go through and just be like, order LCD times 2, hinges times 2, and frame or something like that. So we'll probably get started on those. I just basically need to go through and order parts for that. And then, And then the laptops, I've got 8 of these MacBooks that came in from a client, and we're going to go through these and just figure out what's being done with them. There's a big mixture in here. There's like some of them just have like a cracked screen, so just order a screen for it, job's done. Some of them report no power. Some of them report chime but no picture, so probably a broken screen, but need to plug in another monitor and see if it outputs a picture, stuff like that. So yes. Right.
To start a critique,
yeah.
I find it wild that you can have 2 Type-Cs
Yeah.
and a port for your headphones.
Yes.
You can't just have 4 Type-Cs.
No.
You have to be able to plug in your headphones via a cable. But you can't do that to your phone.
It's kind of weird how Apple were like sort of, still got the headphone jack on the MacBook, and we're just like...
Maybe add it to the iPhone, man!
That's right. I'd be impressed if you put it on everything else as well. Like, if anything, I feel like the MacBook is the one place where I care about the headphone port the least.
Yeah.
You know? So, I don't know. All right. Sokolov says, I successfully removed a 2014 Air SMC the other night. No ripped pads. Need to order a replacement. Good luck with the replacement. I've still not worked up the courage to do an SMC, and I really should. I've got a practice kit and everything. Just time.
It's okay, you even have someone who will force you to do it.
It's true. It's true. Right, while we tick around, I want to quickly play with this. I bought a crimp tool for DuPont connectors, which I'm hoping is going to be able to... This is the EPS cable from the Antec power supply, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to recrimp some new pins onto this, because 2 of the ground pins have come out from the EPS connector. One of them has been hanging out for ages, and I was like, it's fine, you don't need all of them anyway. But when we're down to, when 2 of 4 are out, I'm like, okay, probably shouldn't be using that anymore if I'm honest, so...
Yes, your Krimpzangi Benutzer Handbush.
My handbush. So yes. And a customer brought in a cable for another system that has what I think is a microfit 4-pin on it, which also has some broken ones. Although I don't have the pins for that yet. I've got them on order. What's this one?
As in them?
So, oh, yes,
This
I
is
think so.
microfit.
Yeah, it is. The one here is that cable. Oh, it's slightly different. It's probably going to fit. I would say it will fit. Are they the same?
With some durangling. I think
Yeah.
that's microfit or something.
Yeah, I think that's part of the microfit series. It's just the 4-pin microfit. But yeah, I don't have the pins for this. Well, I'm not sure yet. I don't know if this is the microfit or the mini fit. I need to...
Sorry, does the LG Graham have an audio jack?
I understood that reference. I can't remember. People were so mad in the comments about that. I baited everyone, and it worked like a charm.
My engagement!
Yeah. Y'all got baited, and y'all fell for it. There were some people who actually thought I was mad about it. And I was like, this is a double-pronged attack. Is A, I'm attacking Americans, and B, LG isn't even an American company. You fools.
Also, it's a gram because it's light.
Yeah.
You think I don't know this? I then instantly comment on the fact that they've taken cuts out of a circuit board to save weight.
Exactly. Anyway.
I'm fully aware of this situation. Ah!
I played you all like a fiddle. Anyway. Where were we? I'm half the clamp I used to be. I see. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, I'm not sure if these are the mini or the microfit pins. I might need to quickly check. Oh, my phone's on charge. I'm just going to quickly walk over and check eBay because this one came from Rapid on eBay. So I can just look up the order and check if those were the micro or the mini fit because then I know which I'm trying to fix. So,
What am I even doing?
Good question. Who am I? Where am I? What am I?
A paintbrush.
I see. eBay. Purchase history.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Right, Molex Mini Fit from Rapid and Molex Micro Fit from some guy. Okay, yeah, so this one is the Mini Fit, so yeah.
Yes.
Which is why I wanted 100 of them, because I'm like, this is something I would probably do more often than not to fix modular cables. What were you saying?
Just the random modular cable that was there. I was just like, oh, it doesn't say Type 3 or 4 on it.
It's
so I'm like,
yeah, that one's that's a Corsair one, and I think...
But it was just the fact it didn't say Type 3 or 4, so I'm like, oh, this doesn't say Corsair on it, so I'm not going to put it on top of the Corsair power supply.
It's come out of the Corsair kit, because I think that it's pin compatible with the Antec. However, I haven't... I need to actually sit down and, like, triple check 3 times before I'm brave enough to plug it in and turn it on, kind of thing.
Ignition! Oh no!
Yeah, because the penalty for that will actually be to blow something up. So yeah, I need to be really freaking sure that it's pin compatible before I plug it in. It is like the connector is right, but obviously this is modular power supplies. Just because the connector fits doesn't mean it works.
Doesn't mean it's pin compatible.
So yes. The LG Graham is skinny like Graham. It's true. It's true. Okay, right. I'm going to quickly fiddle with one of these and then see if this works.
So is the pin snapped?
Yes. So let's see if I can poke out the thing.
The remains.
Yeah. Oh, I should have. I cheaped out and didn't buy a removal tool, and I think that was a mistake. This might be a very short-lived adventure. Because I'm looking at that going, how the hell am I going to get that out? I don't think I actually have a shim that will fit into that.
Oh, I see. You push the tags down on the side.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. And then you just fold that over the top.
I wonder if a sim removal tool would fit in there. I'm sure I've got a sim removal tool on the shelf over here. For when customers come in with sims that need removing. The tool specifically for Sims. Sims tool.
With its £1,000 worth of DLC.
Yeah.
Oh wait, different Sims. Never mind.
Oh, there it is. Also, I'm going to close the back door in a minute because there's a dog out the back that is yapping.
Damn
Be right
kids. Okay. Uninstalled Sims.
All right. The yapper has been cut off.
Oh no.
I'll not elaborate. All right, sim removal tool. Yeah, it won't get both sides at the same time, but maybe if I just push it down, I can kind of, yeah, that's done the job. Yeah, so
I see.
yeah, that's come off from there basically.
Yes.
So yeah,
How are you going to remove it from the cable end?
I will cut it.
Oh, okay. But
And
then
just-
you'll have uneven cables,
I will.
and that will be awkward.
I mean, I could just do all 8 because I've got 100 of these pins, so I could just do
True.
all 8 and make the whole cable half an inch shorter. But yeah, I'll probably just do a quick test fit in a minute and just see if this works conceptually. So yes, is the misspelling in the title on purpose? It is not, but now I will pretend that it is. I baited you, you fell for it. Any mistake is now a bait. You fool!
There's a stream title? The video was queued?
Yeah, I cue the video every week. Maybe like an hour before we go live, but still. Hello, Turnip Gaming. Thank you for the super chat. You'd be surprised how many people don't know that LG is a Korean corporation. Well, apparently everyone in the comments did. I can tell you that firsthand.
Yes, you're missing an S from your stream title.
I can't believe this.
The laptops are to arse.
R to arse? Oh, to assess.
Arses,
Oh, I see, yes.
as opposed to assess.
Okay. I'll fix it later. Actually, why? I can just mangle this pin. It's broken, I don't care. I'm trying to take this out without damaging it, which is good practice, I suppose, but I don't need to. Also, I'm definitely going to buy a removal tool because this is horrifying. I don't know what possessed. I saw removal tools on sale and I was like, oh, I don't need one of those. A pair of tweezers will do it. And I don't know why I thought that was going to work. Okay. Right, I'm going to get a pair of pliers and just quickly try one of these. And if that goes well, then all's well. Then... Whoop. Graham goes Linus clickbait. Not quite, although the past 2 videos, I have done some more enticing titles, per se, where I've been like, this
Probably
one
like
was
one of
harder than it looked, and, sort of like, I nearly gave up on this one kind of thing. And they are performing higher, but also I think both of them were just solid videos as well, so it's kind of hard to tell. I tell you what would be really useful is because YouTube now has the thumbnail test feature. Are you familiar with this?
No.
So on YouTube now in Studio, when you upload a video, you can upload 3 different thumbnails, and it will put them out to different people and show you which one got the best click through, and then automatically select that for everyone after 24 hours. And this is also good because it allows you to just do A/B thumbnail testing automatically.
That's why I've noticed that the thumbnails on some videos have been changing.
Yes.
Because I'm clearly in the not normal data set group, and I'm getting the normie thumbnail after 24 hours.
Yeah. Oh wow, I don't think this is. Oh yeah, that looks like it's going to work. Yeah. So yeah, it would be really handy if we could do that for titles as well, basically, because I don't think thumbnails make a difference on my video, broadly speaking, because I did it on a single video, and the results were like 50-50. I think I did one with titles and text on it and one without, and they both did 50-50. So it feels like the titles and text on the thumbnail don't actually matter. But I don't know. Maybe I need the whole package. I need a decent title and a decent thumbnail for it to activate the hook people's brain thing, you know. But
I also
yeah.
just think the decent title on the thumbnail is useful as a user feature.
Yeah. Yes.
In a sense of, I'm not overly bothered what the metrics are if it makes the user experience of people who read better.
Yeah. Right. I am making this up as I go along. I assume I
Making
just...
fast guesses bound. Diddle-diddle-diddle.
Right, hold on. Where was the little pamphlet that came with it? Has it got a... Thanks.
Oh,
Yeah.
you need me to read to you. Right, okay.
I just wanted... Is there a picture of how to
In the
position...
beginning, there was...
Is there a picture on how to position
To adjust
the
the
thing?
crimping force, twiddle the thing, jaw parameter,
Well-
strip the insulation from your wire, place the pin into the crimper,
Does it have a picture
loosely
of how
hold it in the place before inserting the wire. Yeah.
Is there a picture? Okay. So the bottom of the pin goes on the spike in the middle. All right, so I was right the first time around.
Where
I'm
the
doing it
black
wrong now.
wing side should sit flush with the tool's metal teeth.
I think this cable is a bit too big. Well, that's not going to work.
They changed the wire gauge.
Yeah, let's have
The different ones are the different wire gauges.
Yes.
Do you not want the smallest number?
Yes, that might explain why I'm struggling here.
So you
I'm,
want D?
yes, I'm going the right. Yeah, I need to be on D. I'm thinking backwards.
Because the wire gauge is how far you can extrude
Back, yeah,
a
and
pound,
the back
an
of the
ounce.
pin lines up with the writing, which is what I'm doing here. Yes, cool. Okay, right. Let's try that again. I think I've got to bend I think I've got to bend these in ever so slightly by hand first, because otherwise they just won't go into the crimper. Right. This is not terribly interesting, so I'm probably going to give up on this in a minute and practice off camera.
What am I crimping? I see. Okay. Oh, release. Release or not? There you go.
Reading manuals, I'm so disappointed in you both. Look, I had to go firstly. Don't go stupid clickbaity type. No, I won't go full clickbait because I hate it as well. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
I definitely wouldn't go full clickbait because I also hate it. Yeah, see, it's not super obvious how that works, is it?
Yeah, because that just doesn't work.
Yeah, Yeah, you may just mangle it. Yeah.
No, I'm trying to release it now.
Oh.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot stiffer than I was expecting. But yes, no, it doesn't work how I thought it would work. And it feels like you have to bend it a little bit yourself beforehand.
Yeah. Okay, a bit further in. Okay, right. This is definitely what I get for buying a cheap crimp tool, but...
Clickbait title, new merch info soon.
Oh, ow.
So have you ordered those samples?
Why must you wound me like this?
I'll take that as a no.
Okay, right, here we go. This looks bullshit. Nope, that just destroyed it. I think that I don't think this supports the gauge of cable I'm using. Oh, I see how that's working there. Oh, also,
no, Paul.
C is the largest one. D is not quite. The largest one isn't at the end. This is so stupid. Who designed this? Okay, right.
Oh, yeah. No, Paul. I'll have you know, this one's an A2159. However, that one is a 1708. You were correct on that one.
Okay, nearly
Congratulations from the side-on view. It's probably not even in focus.
Right, I am going to try this one more time and then give up on this, just because this is one of those things where it appears that I need to sit and tinker with it, and I'm not going to do that on stream because this is not particularly exciting to watch, to be honest.
What's wrong with an A2159?
Right. This was supposed to be a 2-minute thing where we just be like, oh yeah, look at that, there we go, I've got one of these now. And, ooh, it's
The A2159 has the gay chip issue. I don't know what that means. It makes your screen rainbows?
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I had it right, and then I squeezed it a bit more at the last minute, and... Okay, I saved it, but I think this gauge wire is a bit too big for it.
You can reduce the crimping force.
Yeah, but I need it to. I need the maximum travel to be slightly less. So I could just release it preemptively. Just that feels kind of jank doing that, but that worked. That new connector is on, and yeah, I could push that in, and that will function. Which way up does it go? It goes that way up. I'm just going to put that in, and I'm not going to do another one of these. I'm going to move on to laptops. However, I've looked at the crimping tool, and oh yeah, that's too short. I think I will have to redo all of them. Otherwise, one of them is going to be short, and it's going to snag, and yada yada yada. Or maybe not. Right, one more try. Hang on a sec. Put that back in there. There we go. That's on. That's in.
Excellent. It's on. Nothing like a bought one.
Yeah, well, that works. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Groovy. So, I can fix modular cables now, and also, if I really hated myself, I could make custom individual sleeved cables. Which I kind of like the idea of, because custom cables are really cool, but they're also obnoxiously expensive, and I would absolutely not use them unless I could make them myself. And now I'm like, okay, well, now I can make them myself, so yeah.
I think the travel is now ever so slightly different.
Okay.
Because I've changed the force to the minimum force setting.
Ah, very well. Groovy.
Possibly receive upgrades.
Yeah. Okay, right, one more then. Then we're moving on to the laptops, folks. What time is it? Oh god, it's 4:10. We're into the, you should be doing the main thing of, you should be doing the title topic now. All right.
There's a VRAG with a gay suffix name on the chip, and it has a problem with failing. I see. Okay.
Okay. That's extremely funny, because I've been in a couple of different places this week. The cum chip, whoops, the cum chip clip popped up again, because that did the rounds in meme circles. That clip, it went slightly viral, not to any useful amount, but clearly tickled some funny bones.
I did enjoy the fact that you were unable to continue with the recording. Whilst discussing your professionalism.
All right.
£250 for a Steam Deck. Jeez, that's so cheap.
Yeah.
Oh,
I really want one, but I don't need one.
£250 is absolutely worth it.
That's the thing. Is if you have a use for it, I think it's
even if you
outstanding.
Don't. A working computer that can play video games for £250.
Yeah, when you put
Because
it,
you can plug in a screen to it and use it at home.
yeah, when you
And then
put
you
it
go,
that way.
oh, I need a laptop. Guess what? Ta-da. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, when you put it that way. Can it run a web browser that can, that is Chrome capable?
Yeah, it's a full Linux desktop.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know if you could get to a Linux desktop without doing lots of mods.
You press the desktop button and it takes you to the Linux desktop, as far as I'm aware.
That did not work.
That's certainly the inference I've been given.
Oh, that's fatigued. Yeah, that's going to snap. That needs redoing. Yeah. No. That needs practice for another time. That modification you did not help. I think that might just be a pre-tensioner rather than a maximum travel.
I see. It inferred that it was the crimping force, which I assume to mean it would change the travel slightly.
Oh, okay, yeah. In that case, the minimum force is still too far for this gauge of cable.
Yeah.
I think on thinner cable there'd be no problem, but this is minimum of 20, and this is 16 gauge wire.
Oh, yes.
So that's the problem we've got here. However, I can just go in there and then just hit the release before I've over crimped.
Yes.
So, yeah, it works though. Conceptually, it works. I just need more practice with that. So,
those are Latitudes. These are some sort of MacBook, and these are some other sort of MacBook.
There we go.
Oh, you have connectors.
Yeah, it came with a whole bunch of other connectors for just miscellaneous. Most of them don't look terribly useful, but I bought the set because this set cost £2 more than the things on their own, and there's a bunch of just JST connectors and stuff, and I'm sure I can find uses for that. If nothing else, just the DuPont connectors would be useful. So that's not going to fit in there anywhere though. So yeah, that's fine.
Put it there.
Maybe. Good.
Excellent. We are done. Goodbye.
Thanks for coming, everyone. See you next week. Okay, right. Let's look at some laptops. So I'm going to bust through these Latitudes first because they're going to be very easy. I'm going to just chuck all of this connector nonsense out of the way. And we shall talk about tech while I do stuff and things. And grab that, and that. That will probably do.
See.
All right. You come to YouTube so I don't have to read. I see.
I was elected to lead, not to read.
Okay.
I think
Everything is in its right place.
Is it?
No. Okay, right, I'm going to start busting through these Latitudes. So I've got 4 Latitudes here that have come in from just a company, and they have various things wrong with them. One of these, I think, just has a low-res screen in it, which might be this first one. So I'm going to have a quick look at this.
Oh, it's a sticker on the bottom.
Ah, yeah.
I thought the sticker was jammed in the Ethernet.
Right, this one... Yeah, this is the low-res screen. Yeah, so this one, the client literally just wants a 1080p panel to be put into it, and it should have had a 1080p panel in the first place, and he was like, I don't understand why this thing won't go to 1080p, and I started it up and I was like, that's because that's a 768 panel, chief. And he's like, it shouldn't be because I bought all of them with HD panels. And while we were chatting, we theorized that because these are business laptops and they go out to employees, an employee has dinked the screen on this, had it repaired, and not told the IT department, basically. and someone has repaired this with the cheapest panel on eBay and ended up with a 768p panel in it. And I'm like, that's also really annoying because the 1080p panel isn't even more expensive. Like, just why does 768 panels still exist? Just 1080p is the same price. Like, what were they doing? So yeah, so kind of weird to just like do, but yeah, I think he's just, and to be honest, I don't blame him because 768p is just annoying.
Yeah.
So I kind of don't blame him for wanting to get the panel replaced, even though it's not actually broken.
I don't know. I would classify that as broken.
All right then. So that's a shitty thing to do. Maybe. I mean, I don't blame people for not mentioning. They should have mentioned it anyway. Like, they should have just said to the IT department, look, I broke the screen. I'm happy to go and get it repaired if you guys want to. And just let the IT department make that call.
Yeah.
You know? But, don't know. Right. Is it worth getting bench cam for this?
And we can do.
Yeah. Because, yeah, just because, like, a lot of these, I'm going to have to start taking them apart to do things. So, yeah, I'll...
continue taking apart a laptop.
Okay. Yep, you know how to acquire bench cam. That's fine then. Maybe they just made an upgrade to their own Dell. I mean, I doubt it.
That sounds like the kind of thing I would do.
Bench cam, the Judy C. Come on. Why is this not popping off? Get off. There we go. Huh. Business laptops are always interesting sometimes. Like this one's got an intrusion detection on it. Cool. Right. Disconnect the battery. And I'm going to just take the display assembly off of this one. You just got a new Precision 5560 for work. It's a beast. I haven't seen a modern Precision in ages.
Don't mind me. I can do something like that and be mostly out the way.
I'm just taking off this display assembly at the moment, folks. It's not that entertaining. Unplugging things. Oh, is this touch as well? No, it can't be. Don't know. Probably just has the cabling for it.
It's got the secret. It's got the key.
Are you okay?
Well, I clicked on the Instalink to open,
Oh,
and it didn't open.
Right.
So I was just like...
Yeah, you'll need to turn off the preview.
Oh, it's that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you clicked on another scene on OBS, but like just completely missed the button and then suddenly been uncertain how to proceed from this situation.
No. It was the fact that the camera just turned off.
Yeah, it's not active in any apps at the moment.
But I was moving it. I was moving it, and whilst it was moving, it turned off, and I was like, I'm mid-operation.
It's not active in an app, so it was just like, oh, well, I guess I'll go to sleep then.
Daft.
Oh, I'll do it again. Right. The audience is missing everything, Carrot Dog. Go faster. Faster!
That sounds like a them problem.
They're missing the undoing these screws. It's riveting.
No, it's not. It's screwing.
You missed. There we go.
There we go. Wait, why has it gone up there now?
It's because last week when I started off using these cameras, I'd adjusted things. So, yeah. So we just basically just need to full screen that one.
I'll stop now.
I'm going to hit you with this laptop in a minute. The screen's expendable because we're replacing it.
Please.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
No, come back here. Oh no!
They're not seeing any of this because we're on...
Yes. Pow!
Okay, right.
Professional.
I'm going to carry on.
I'll have you know, I was doing that also you could have completely ignored what was happening and it wouldn't have made any difference to you. But no.
Oh. Oh, I should have opened this laptop before taking the screws out. No, no good. All right. Right. I hate this. I'm going to adjust all of this in a sec.
Okay. It's mostly just putting it out the way so it wasn't straight in front of your face. Because that's your normal trick.
The content is more important. Ugh. There we go. Right. And... wrong way. Let me show you the... okay, right. And rotate. Bam. Okay, there we go. And there. Okay, right.
Much better. Now we can fully see the crotch.
All right. Yes, I'm definitely going to have a cider in a minute. I was kind of thinking, I don't think I'm in the mood for cider today, but I'm rapidly thinking that it's becoming necessary for no specific reason. My God. Okay.
So in your excellent job tracking software,
Yes.
have you got notes of what needs doing?
Yes. Not of what needs doing to each one, but each one is listed on the tracker. So yeah. So I will take this one out and I'm basically just taking this out so I can pull the panel out of it, and I need to see if I've got just another 1080p panel lying around, even if it's a crack. But right, the only concern is, yeah, no, there's no planet where this cable doesn't support HD. There's no way it doesn't have a HD cable in it, so that should be fine. So yeah, I'll disassemble the display. Yeah, I will take the display assembly apart anyway and take the panel out of it. I'm just going to do disassembly on all of these, so that way when we come around to when I've got the parts, I've just got to do assembly. So, all right. That. I've had caffeine. I'm just having a really scatterbrained day. My brain keeps stalling. Oh, that bears... oh, no. Okay, we've got a start point here. All right. Okay, right. Hang on a sec. I'm going to quickly zip through the chats. Working on Macs and Dells, you need something stronger than cider. It's true. Right. Adam says, Caradog, I've now got coffee all over my monitor and it's your hilarious fault.
See?
Talent.
Ring Central?
Bald says, Graham, question about your video editing. I might have missed something. Why do you transcode 4K to 4 files rather than editing 4K footage straight in software? So...
because it's not a 4K video. It's 4 1080p videos tiled into a 4K output.
Yeah, that much being said, I'll have to test this at some point, because the thing is that I could just have the same 4K video in 4 tracks cropped to different locations in software, and
Didn't
basically
you
do
say
the
that
cropping
absolutely
software.
murdered your performance?
I think it does, but I can't recall really testing that at any point. However, yeah, I think Vegas will just break down in tears if I try and do that.
Can't get past spinning globe.
Oh yeah, that might just be a skill issue. So actually, I tell you what you could do is, I'll just quickly grab you some bits and pieces. We need a MacOS boot drive and a C to A adapter. There's the C to A adapter.
Hey.
There's one line around.
Do you just need a C
that?
to A cable?
Yeah,
I
well,
have one in my
a C
bag.
to A socket.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, here it is. I found mine.
Okay.
I knew it wasn't far away. It's on the laptop. Right, yeah. That says can't get past spinning globe. Chances are it will boot from USB, basically. So that's what we're going to test.
Okay. I'm going to remove the crumbs from the hinge.
Good move, good move. So,
Because
yes.
it irks me.
Graham, will you repair the pine saw? Yes, actually, I will, because the damn thing is still here and still needs a new sodding screen. So yeah, we'll have a look at that as well. I'm going to do that immediately after this laptop, because my God, like when we were setting up, I pointed this out to Caradog and I was like, it's still here! Why is it still here? You were complaining about the desoldering gun last week. You need to preheat the tool for about 15 minutes before you use it. Yeah, it can still jam though. Like, it doesn't jam every time I use it. It just jams sometimes. Just, you know, you can just sometimes get sludge build up in there.
Do I just hold down Command? Is that it? And then it brings up the boot menu?
Option.
Oh, option.
Oh, the actual. Oh, you know, on some of the modern ones, I'm not 100% sure. Try option first. Is it doing anything? That looks like it's flat. Let me just grab Le Charger.
I can't use this.
Why not?
It's not got an Apple logo on it.
Oh, terrible, terrible.
Also hasn't got a stupid Type A port on here.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Try crop and scale 4K. It might just be fine. Yeah, I think Vegas will fall over trying to do that. But also, like, most of the video streams end up having some kind of crop or transform on them anyway. So it's already having to do the transformation. So that might not affect me that much. But then also now it's having to do the transformation on 4K footage instead of 1080p footage. And that, I think, is where it's going to fall over.
Do you also not change it out of Flash video into a real format?
Oh, yeah, I do. I transcode out, yeah, because I'm recording in MKV, but I am recording in a
you should
a
move
streaming format, because it means that if OBS crashes mid-record, I don't lose the footage.
You should change to the new format, because the new format allows you to have corrupted video files. Recoverable corrupted video files. I will remember what the name is at some point, but yes.
Let's see.
I now have an Apple.
Very good, very good. Yeah, I would just hold on that for a second, just see what it comes up with.
Starting
it's just
internet
gone to
recovery.
All right.
Choose network.
Yeah,
Fine.
okay.
Okay.
I would...
Power that off.
Yeah, so yeah, plug in the USB thing, hold down option, and see if it gives you a boot menu. Some of the newer Macs, the boot menu options are different, and I can never remember which ones they are on. So, yeah. MKV is just a container. Yes, I'm aware of that. I can't remember what the actual format is. But it's, yeah, it's doing it in some pausable format.
Oh, do they not bong?
It depends. If it was muted the last time it was turned off, then it will not chime. No. Let's see. What do we think, chat? Is that the original LCD? I don't think so. It's hard to tell. That doesn't look like a Dell sticker. Also, what make is this? It doesn't have a recognizable brand on it, and I think that's the giveaway that it's not the original panel. Because if it was the original one, it would probably have a known brand on it, like LG or Samsung or AU.
I don't think the power
like
button works. Because unplugging it, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not completely flat, but if I press the power button to turn it on, it doesn't turn on.
Okay. It does turn off though when you hold it down.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem to work to turn it on.
I mean, the battery's probably flat. So you're going to have to plug it in and then it turns on because it's been plugged in.
Right, but if I plug it in,
Yeah.
it turns on.
Yes.
I then turn it off. I should then be able to turn it on again.
No, because the battery's flat.
Why not? It's still plugged into power.
Oh, I see
said
what you
nothing
mean.
about unplugging it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Don't know, early days. That's not what we're worried about quite yet.
No, but also holding down
Also,
option.
you're holding down command, not option.
Yeah,
It's the
because
one-
holding down option didn't do anything.
Oh, I see. Okay, right. Right. Which model is that one specifically?
20-something 9.
Oh, okay.
2009, 28.
Right, I think that's the one where you have to hold down the power button to get the boot screen. So suddenly that power button issue might be relevant. So yeah, let's try it again. So hold down the power button, and then release, and then press and keep holding until hopefully we get options. However, it sounds like it's not going to do anything, so we'll see. I'm going to scrape off these. I'm going to scrape off these bits. Suspicious warranty sticker. Yes, indeed. Genuine screen would be glued. This one is glued. It's glued onto these strips here.
How long do I need to hold? Ah, a long time.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been that long, but okay. I'm going to grab the alcohol to help shift this glue.
I'm also going to grab the alcohol to help deal with you.
Yes. I'm going to grab some of the cheap stuff right now.
I'm going to grab some of the cheap stuff, picks up bottle of Lidl's vodka.
Picks up the fire extinguisher. Right, that has not achieved anything.
No.
Right, all right. Once again, what was the model number? 20...
This is the 2159. That was it.
A2159 boot menu. Like I said, some of the newer Macs, they changed it around like twice, and it's really annoying because I still don't know which it is. Startup key combinations. Right, on a Mac with Apple. Right, firstly, A2159, what are you? A2159. A2159.
It's a 2019, so it'll be Intel.
Yeah, so that is Intel then, yeah. Yeah, it is option on any of the Intel ones. I thought so.
Right.
Yeah, and then... Yeah, it should be option then. And then you just keep holding it down until it shows.
Does it matter
something.
which option it is?
Left one.
Okay.
Or the left one always works anyway. So yeah, just keep holding for a sec. If it goes through to internet recovery again, just get through to the point where you can type in the Wi-Fi password and just check that the keyboard actually works. Because at this point we've no evidence that the keyboard even works, which would explain why the option key doesn't work.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, just check that the keyboard actually functions.
The click on this feels awful. It's also... Huh?
M1 onwards is the power button. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that seems to work.
That was putting out a lot of letters then. Were you mashing them?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, it's just where you were mashing. That's fine, yeah.
Yes. Odd.
I mean, you could try connecting it to Wi-Fi and see if it'll go to internet recovery. I saw that, yeah.
What?
Yeah, try connecting to Wi-Fi and see if it will go to internet recovery. Something feels wrong about that laptop, but yeah, let's keep going.
And it's not just the butterfly keyboard.
Yeah. All right. I think it's doing stuff now. I hate internet recovery with a passion. There's just like right now, there's zero feedback. Like it says it's connected to Wi-Fi, so like, is it loading? You know, we don't have a progress bar yet. Is it doing something?
I also don't like the fact that it's not actually a globe.
Yeah, but it doesn't need to be, does it? So
It's supposed to be one.
that's more like it.
This keyboard feels awful.
Yeah, butterfly keyboard is dreadful. Right, that is definitely after. Actually, that's not my handiwork, is it?
Either way, the answer is no, it isn't.
Just the tape arrangement looks like me, but I'm like, no, I wouldn't have put in that panel. I really hope not. Okay, I might have to look up the service tag on this and just check if it's been in before, because this is how I would arrange tape. Yeah, this is how I would have. This is how I would have arranged the tape on the back of these. Yeah, I'm going to check if this is one that's in before. I'm going to be really embarrassed if this is a panel that I've fitted.
I can unplug this at the moment, can't I? Because
it's not
doing
loading
anything
now.
With it.
Whoops.
Good.
Hold it the right way around. Yeah, I will be extremely. I'll be very disappointed in myself if I put this panel in. It would have been an error. I would never have deliberately fitted a 768 panel.
Oh goodness.
All right.
These have helpful labels on them.
Yeah, the dude has very diligently written the fault description on each one. Okay, right.
Oh, this keyboard feels slightly less garbage.
It's how everyone would arrange the tape, Graham. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Maybe 1080p panels weren't available at the time? No, they're always available.
Huh. What year is this?
What year is it? Right.
It's a 1708. So does that mean it's 3 years older than this?
No.
Okay.
Right, back panel. Right, focus. Right, so this is a Latitude 5520. Service tag ending in MKL3. I'm going to quickly check my system. MKL3.
About mid-2017.
MKL3. Have I seen you before? Come on, ticket list. MKL3. Oh, yeah. It was the one that was in before. This client has had a bunch of laptops in before, and this one was among them with a dead screen. So, yeah, this is my handiwork. Oh, I'm shocked and appalled. Shocked and appalled. All right. That's very disappointing. Well, in that case, I haven't cracked this screen, removing it. So I'll keep this as just a spare tester screen because a 768 panel ain't a lot of use to me for anything other than testing.
Yeah.
So I'll keep that as a tester, and I'll do the customer a free replacement on that because that's crap. So yeah, very sad about that. Yeah, bummer. Okay, well, mystery solved at least. Ugh, gross. All right. I'll leave this on the desk because we've got some other laptops. Some of the other laptops here have broken screens, so having a panel in that I can just plug in and test with might be useful there. Good. Okay, well, that needs a new panel, so let's find one. Take a Sharpie and write on it. I will momentarily. So yeah, slap yourself on the wrist. Yeah, it would have been a mistake. Yeah, it must have been a mistake. Like, I was going through the list and I just accidentally hit add to basket on the wrong one. So yeah. Fine.
Is that this?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
They chime when you plug them in. Right, okay, so.
Well, it's only because the USB... Oh. Do the USB ports on the 1708 just feel like garbage? Because they feel like trash on that, but they feel fine on that one.
Might just be wear level. Oh, this one was a newer one, wasn't it? So the ports have probably got less mileage on them. So yeah. Okay, right. So I'm going to update my notes as I go.
Just because I was starting with the really low-hanging fruit of it doesn't turn on because the battery's flat.
Yeah, that's
because
fair.
the port's broken.
Yeah. Okay, right. Ending in MKL3.
Oh, this one is the one with no display. So do you have a Type-C to something?
Our work warranty. I think I've got a Type-C to HDMI. I might have a Type-C to HDMI. I hadn't thought about this. Oh, yes, I do. There's a Type-C to HDMI.
Excellent.
So you can plug that. I don't know if it will output to. I don't know if it will output to that from the post screen. We might have to open it up and disconnect the internal screen.
Would it not do it when it got to the login screen?
Potentially. Yeah, it should do. But yeah, again, we might have to unplug the internal screen to force it to output just to be triple sure kind of thing. So yeah. Right, so that one is our work requires a warranty replacement. And I'm going to jump on eBay. And I'm going to switch to Facecam while I just eBay for a new panel. So I need a 1080p 15.6 LED LCD. Actually, I'll search by model number just because I don't have the right one to hand here. So this was a Latitude 5520 LCD. All right, there we go. 35 quid. IPS screen. That's the one that we should have had. Don't know how I ended up with a 768 panel. Maybe I did order a full HD one and just the supplier screwed me and I didn't realize. But yeah. Very annoying. Add to basket. Sign in. Please don't ask me to 2FA. Good.
Are you?
Yes. Okay.
No. Well, maybe. Sometimes.
All right. Cool. All right. That one's done. I'm going to tidy pile that laptop, put it to one side, and move on to the next. So that's the back. That's the base. I need a little magnet to put all the screws on. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, I'm really sad about that, because mainly just because I made a big show of being like, oh, some other shop put a crap panel in it, and then as soon as I saw the arrangement of that tape, I was like, uh-oh. Might have been this shop that put a crap panel in it. So yeah, I'm actually sad about that. However, let it not be said that I don't provide good customer service on that. I will do that for free because that's just a bad panel and I should have put a good one in it in the first place. So yeah, there won't be a charge for that one. An additional charge, that is. He got charged for the original replacement. I'm going to stack these down here for now. Right, any signs of life?
No.
Yeah. So did you get a chime when you
No.
put power on it? So it seems to be stone dead. Yeah. Okay. We can probably tell more we'll get the Paul Daniels meter out on those in a minute and we'll give them a second pass.
Yeah.
Is it the original customer? It is pre-revenue. Yeah, it's the same chap. I'm surprised he didn't track that this was a laptop that I had fixed because I had the serial tag written down. So yeah, when I mentioned to him sort of maybe it got repaired somewhere, he was just like, oh yeah, maybe. And so when I speak to him, I'll be like, you did get it repaired with me. I was the one that put the crap panel in it. Why don't you have a record of this? Because I do. So yeah, somehow someone has worse record keeping than me. You love your current laptop, but you miss your M1 every day. I'm going to get an M1 for the shop because they're really cheap right now. You can pick up an M1 MacBook Air for like $350-ish. So yeah. That might just need macOS installing on it. This one's doing a flash and question mark folder, and that means either the NAND is dead or it's just been erased. And one would imagine that the previous owner erased it before letting go of it. So it's quite likely that just needs macOS installing on it. All right, next laptop. £350 for an Apple product. Yeah, M1s are cheap right now, man.
How is there some way of forcing it into a boot menu from the Internet Recovery?
No. It might be worth doing. I'm going to unplug. I'm going to unplug the flash drive.
I was just going to put it on this computer.
Okay. Stay with me for a moment, and I'm going to plug in this Apple keyboard and turn it off for me. Well, you can do this. It's not a two-man job. Try holding down Option on that keyboard instead, in case the Option key doesn't work or something like that. And we'll see if it registers it from We'll see if it registers it from that keyboard. Right, check Scotty Doggy's comment. There it is. Graham, if they actually fit those in 1366 by 768, that could well have been there before you replaced it, and you replaced it like for like. Not impossible, but when I
double check the service tag, because it'll tell you the screen spec.
It would. Well, no, there's no way. I don't know. Either way, I should have put a 1080p panel in it because I always upgrade when possible when fitting new screens. Yeah, something wonky about that. Yeah, I think we'll come back to that one because that's doing weird stuff, I would say. Yeah, I'm going to replace it anyway because I should have put a 1080p panel in it last time. And like, it's not expensive; it's 35 quid. You know, I'm not losing out here really. So yeah, if external boot is not enabled, external keyboard won't help either. I didn't know you could disable external boot, so yeah, maybe that's why it's doing it.
So how do I enable external boot?
How do we enable that again? Because Lead Farmer mentioned this, but I didn't acknowledge it because I wasn't sure. I was like, is that a thing? I'm not sure. I've never heard of that before. So yeah, what can we do about that?
Where is the flash drive?
Here. Thank you.
Give that back.
You need internet recovery. Yeah, fair. So yeah, we do need to
The internet recovery is not recovering.
Doesn't appear to be, yeah. Yeah. What I will probably do with this one next is get it connected to Wi-Fi, plug it in over there, and just leave it on the spinning globe screen, like over the weekend. And just see if it does it, if it's just left indefinitely. See what it does. T2 external boot is disabled by default now, I'm pretty sure. That's gross.
So how do you reinstall the
hideous.
OS?
Boot into Internet Recovery with a compatible Ethernet adapter. Yeah, that would work. To reinstall the OS, you Internet Recovery and hope it works. So yeah. If an M1 MacBook is 350 quid, how much is an A1708? Maybe 200? Yeah, maybe. Well, this is why we're doing this assessment run, because some of these have got more significant problems.
Hey.
And I have a suspicion that some of the ones with more significant problems might be this is not worth it, we don't care. Like, it might be worth it if it belonged to me and I got it for free. But it's to the customer, it's not worth the fee that it would cost to get it running again. Given that we don't care about data on any of these or anything like that. So,
do you know what the source of the devices is?
I think he just picks them up. He picks them up from like auctions and all over and stuff like that.
There we go. It's just actually given a progress bar now.
That's actually loading. So yeah, now we
it didn't the past two times.
Yeah.
But third time lucky.
Okay, yeah. So it's possible that it won't get through that progress bar and that would tie with the customer fault description saying can't get past.
But also the fact of it took 2 attempts of
Yeah.
connecting to the Wi-Fi before it did anything. That might have been they connected it, but they only did it once.
Yeah.
So
what's
do I
wrong with
want
this
a
before I
disk
start taking it apart?
utility just to see if the storage exists?
Yes. Yep, disk utility, see if the storage exists and see if we can erase it. Right, this one that I'm working on, this has a broken screen. If you look in the light there, you can see in the top left of the screen there, that you can see the crack. Oh, you can see where the liquid crystal has spilled. I call it spider webs. So yeah.
Erasing and creating has completed successfully.
Sounds promising.
Should I then just try and install?
Yeah. Yep. Install. That's a big Sur drive, which should be fine on that. So yeah, just see if macOS will install. If we can get it through to the desktop, then yeah, all's good. It's some jobs like this, you often question, if it was this simple, why didn't the client do this already? But sometimes you do get clients that just deal in second-hand hardware, but just seem to know absolutely nothing about even basic repair, and which just seems strange to me. Like, how has the client not already attempted this? But maybe the client is just, it wouldn't be the first time I've had clients that just have not done really, really basic stuff that would have solved these problems for them. So, yeah.
It's funny how doing it from the flash drive is inferring that it will take longer than doing it from Internet Recovery.
Yeah, the ETAs on these are also. This is downloading a small image to get it to a recovery mode. It's not downloading the complete operating system.
Oh, I see. I was going to say, if you're downloading the complete operating system and installing it in 15 minutes, I'm very impressed by your compression, Apple.
Yes. Right, so this needs a new LCD. Are the hinges okay? The hinges are fine. The other two have got broken hinges.
It sounded like it popped when you pushed it back.
Oh, that's probably just...
Oh, is it just where it was... Yeah. It's here,
yeah, that's
where that corner
rattle.
lifted.
Yeah, that's fine. Right, I'm going to take the display assembly off of this and get that panel out. So, yeah.
Excellent. I'm going to move this over there.
Yeah.
It's on 94%.
Oh, that's fine then, yeah.
That will be absolutely fine.
Yeah. Benchcam with face.
Do you have but one Mac drive?
Yes, for modern stuff I've only got one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to move this because we've no idea what level the battery is in.
Yeah, we'll give that
0.
Once that gets like another 5 or 10 minutes, then we'll roll the dice on unplugging it. Hopefully the
run it over there effectively.
Yeah. Hopefully the battery isn't so knackered that it just instantly dies. But these are all reasonably modern MacBooks. I can't see a world where their batteries are completely dead.
Yeah.
They're all about the age where the batteries are going to be worn out. but I'd be surprised if any of them were absolutely cactus. Also, if the battery is absolutely cactus, a lot of the time they won't turn on. So yeah. Whoop. Honestly, guessing the person just bulk buys them repaired and sells them. Yeah, that would be reasonable. Oh no, it's one of those weird ones with the cockeyed M.2 slot. Why?
Oh, I see.
Why
the actual
is it
connector is at an angle.
Why is the connector at an angle? It's not like you didn't have space. What's the meaning of this? You know?
The amount of grit and dirt you get inside the hinge on these is horrifying.
Yeah, they just don't shake it out. It's a good thing that the cable isn't really, really vulnerable to that, isn't it? I say sarcastically.
That was a fingernail.
Yeah. Not unusual. Not unusual. Okay, battery. Right, and I'm going to open this one this time. Dell is doing the HP thing. Yes. And Lead Farmer, thanks for the tip. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We need to disconnect the Wi-Fi first.
You are lacking in C2C cables over
There's
here.
one on top of it.
Is it? Oh, it is SIBO fence.
Yeah.
Cool. I looked at it and just didn't process it was C2C.
You looked, but you didn't see. To see.
What he could see, CC.
Greetings, chaps. Hello, Kurt. How's it going? Right, if the Mac was 2013, luckily it's not. If it was 2013, it wouldn't be in here. Actually, I say that I've had two unibodies in recently. I've kind of. You all right there?
Nope. I put in the Type C and it went crunch.
Do you want to bring that over here? Is it full of junk?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Are you Are you competent at cleaning out ports?
I've never done a Type C port on a MacBook, but I'll certainly give it a go.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me just grab you an appropriate pair of tweezers.
Oh, I thought you had a little J pick for it. I thought you said you got one.
I don't think so.
Okay, fair enough. I must have misunderstood.
Right. Yeah, these should do fine. In fact, I'll just give you a selection of tweezers. And have you got a toothbrush over there?
No.
It's over here. Yeah.
Yes.
There we go. I'll give you a selection of tweezers,
Excellent.
and you can pick whichever ones seem to be working for you, and just clean out that port.
Gingerly.
Yeah.
Stroke and oik.
Oh, what happened there? Okay,
so we've got
right.
cereal in here.
Look, I don't question your life, so I'm not going to question the customer's life.
How much was this new?
Yeah, we were having this conversation earlier on about people who just don't look after their stuff. All right.
Disgusting.
Carrot Dog needs some nitrile gloves. I get dirty hands and I wash them afterwards.
I'm in need of some decent antiseptic hand wash.
I've got IPA.
Yeah, there we go. Problem sorted.
Yeah.
Drown your hands in IPA and everything will be dead, including your skin.
Like, for people who wear gloves, that's fine. You know, I'm not saying it's dumb or anything like that. I just can't be bothered and I don't like the feel of them. So I don't like getting my hands dirty. I don't like having dirty hands. But I will get my hands dirty to get the job done, and then I will go and clean my hands. You know, that's how I roll personally. So yeah, like nothing to do to people who wear gloves. Like a lot of the pro technicians I know do wear gloves, so that's fine. Personally, I don't bother. I get dirty hands and then I clean my hands. So yeah. Bald says, I'd love the scene. Kara putting latex gloves on suggestively for Graham. Snap.
Latex gloves.
Nitrile gloves, but you know.
Oh, we went in very different directions for a second there.
I'm now just reminded of the H Bomber Guy video where he puts on gloves to do a bit, and he goes, and they're too small, and he goes, "Oh, I got these in size twink instead of size bear." I mean, what? You know, it's brilliant. Oh, you liked that one, did you? Yeah.
Oh, fabulous.
H Bomber Guy is funny, I don't care. Right. That is a sentence, yes. Right. Oh yeah, this screen is broken, so I don't need to worry about scratching it. Ooh. For a minute, I was going to be like, look how much I don't need to care. And I went to scratch it, and then immediately I had that response again. I was like, no, 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 I will not do that again.
Is it actually broken?
Yes, yes.
Oh, good.
I don't like it.
The fact that you confirmed that is the only reason that I could do that.
Yeah. No, wait, this wasn't the one with the broken screen.
Sounds like your problem.
Yeah. Okay, right.
We have it on video. We also have it on video.
Says Caradog hurriedly, just disavowing all responsibility.
I mean, it depends on what we're talking about taking responsibility for here.
Right. I've got to pick this second thing off. He scratches the screen and my soul dies a little bit inside. I know, I hate it. Can you get out only black spots from the LCD screen? What do you mean? Do you mean dead pixels? Because no, dead pixels, for all intent and purpose, can't be fixed. There have been some very rare cases where a dead pixel can be a little bit intermittent and come good with some certain behavior, but I've never actually seen that work. I've heard of theories on it, but
the closest I have seen is effectively stuck pixels.
Yes, that's the term, a stuck pixel.
And it appears as like burning.
Yeah.
Where that can get fixed by flashing the screen different colours and oops.
Oh, when the LCD is squeezed. So do you mean like pressure marks? Because yeah, no, pressure marks you can't do anything about.
Oh, I've gone cross-eyed.
I was thinking this'll snap in a minute, and then it didn't.
Ah, there you are, you big lump of fluff.
Yeah, even brand new pounds are advertised with possible dead pixels. Yeah, that must
If it arrives with any dead pixels, you send it back.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Just because consumer protections are kind of on your side. However, I don't think I've seen a dead pixel on a screen for years, like on a new screen anyway. They just seem to be incredibly rare these days.
Yeah, I'd imagine that the QA has picked up on the screens, and they're just picking them up when they're, in parts before they're actually assembled.
Yeah.
Just because the defect rate is that much lower.
For the record, don't pry against the LCD panel like I'm doing here. This one is already broken, but like this is not good for the screen.
Very broken.
Yeah. If I was if I wanted to keep the screen, then this would not be how you open it.
Uzb.
I think they just cover themselves. Yeah. Crispy sound. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Yum, yum, yum.
Plugging it in, it clicked instead of crunched.
Nice, nice.
There's no more cereal in your USB.
How do they test for deads in the factory? Probably just by looking at it, to be
They
honest.
turn it on and look
Yeah,
at
they
it
probably-
most of the time.
They probably just have a test rig where they just plug a cable into it, and someone just and like it will show, it will cycle through like white, black colors, and they can just go red, green, black, white. Yeah, that's fine, mate. Next one, kind of thing.
Sweet.
Oh my days! This bezel is putting up such a fight. Come on.
About 23 minutes remaining. Oh my gosh.
Ah.
I'm going to now wash my hands. I will return.
I'm going to throw this across the room in a minute. Oh, good grief. All right, it's off. Oh. I hate all the tape they put around the bezel. It makes it so hard. Like, there's already clips holding it on. You don't need tape as well. All right. Adds liquid resistance, I suppose. All right, I'll take that off because it's ruined. Good. All right, bezel is off. Okay, right. It's the original screen. It's still got the stretch release tape on it. I'm going to grab a pair of tweezers. Whoop. And it's time for stretch release ASMR, everyone.
Oh, that'll do.
Ah.
Dry cider. Peaty. Deep and smoky. Here. Here.
So satisfying. Oh my days. It's so long.
That's what she said.
I didn't say it, but right. I see. Right, that's one side off. Let's do the other side.
Hmm.
30 minutes of pain when it breaks. Yeah, I mean, thankfully, because this screen is cracked, it's usually if you're pulling out stretch release tape, you probably have a cracked screen. So if it snaps, it's a pain in the ass, but at least you can just grab the LCD and just go, we are leaving now. Crunch. You know.
Oh,
And fill it with IPA as well.
that gives me some conniptions.
Yeah. Yeah, like if it does snap, then what I would do is I would pull up one side and just go with the IPA just so it all runs down the back of the screen and into the tape. Oop. Right. Let's take that out.
Ah, yes, peaty.
All right. Broken screen. And that one is a BOE NV156 FHM. Stick
Would
that
you
in.
expect them to all have the same model number?
No.
So
Because
you-
even if you had some that were exactly the same model, it will be whatever batch of screens they had that month of manufacturing.
But why would that change the model number?
Because it could be a different brand. They all follow the same. They all follow the same kind of patterns, but
No. The question I meant to ask was, would you expect them all to take the same model?
oh, I see. Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, they
As
will
in,
take the same.
if you
model.
bought 10 of these and had 10 of that laptop come in, could you use them? Yes.
Yes.
I think I failed to England.
Yeah. These are all just 15.6 inch 1080p 30 pin EDP panels. The only reason why I bother looking up model numbers and or the laptop number is so it will come up with results. Oh, and then a customer came in. So it will come up with results that are relevant to this laptop.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Oh,
sticky. Everyone.
Internet recovery is recovering. It's doing.
Is it a quick one?
Yeah, but you'll probably. Well, I switched my phone off, and it wouldn't switch back on because my game's done it. It wouldn't switch back on. It was just the Apple thing flashing.
The door was closed. It just wasn't latched. That's the problem.
Switched on.
Oh, excellent. Another job well done.
Sorry.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye.
Yes. It's just, generally, yes, but you have some oddities like different cables for higher resolution or even different board config for EDP versus LVDS on the same laptop model. Yes. Isn't LVDS
Ancient.
old?
Ancient.
Yeah. So, inside the same model of laptop was what I was meaning to say. So,
Yes.
if you had, Inspiron 1530s, you could buy 10 of the panel out of one of them, and you'd have 10 panels for Inspiron 1530s.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's correct though. There have been other standards, not all of them are identical, but certainly modern laptops you're pretty safe these days because again for ages LVDS was the standard, and I would have said the same thing at the time.
That's fine. I was only looking because I had a cat but not a tweezer.
Yes. At the time of LVDS, it was largely the same. It was just 15.6 inch LED, LCD, 40-pin connector kind of thing. But as with a lot of things, now and then we go through epochs of computers in the same way that for a while DDR4 was the only RAM you would ever buy. Yeah. Now we're looking at DDR4 and DDR5 because we're in a crossover period. We're not in a crossover period of LCDs. They're all EDP. Anything that's not is archaic. As I was just saying, the reason why I check based on model number of the panel and of the laptop is so then I get results that have the appropriate thing. I've spoken about this on the stream before.
Yeah, the correct lugs and board placement and
fittings,
things like that.
Board placement, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
So
is the EDP... Yes, is the EDP that is used by these the standard DisplayPort with a different connector?
I'm not sure, actually. Pianov might know the answer to that. I'm fairly certain it is.
And then, therefore, does that mean the standard still supports, say, 4K 120?
However, EDP has lanes, kind of like PCI Express does.
And like DisplayPort does.
Yeah, and as Pianov has just said about different options, different cables, you can come across laptops that were only supplied with a potato panel, and there will be like a cable in there with like a single lane that will only do like 1080p 60 hertz or something like that.
Sorry, I meant the standard is the same standard, and therefore 4K 120 hertz laptop displays use EDP.
Yes.
Was effectively the point I was getting
That's
towards.
my understanding. However, I have seen, unless I'm mistaken, I have seen 40-pin EDP ones in exotic laptops.
Oh,
and I think,
is that like touch?
No, I think that's just simply that if you're going like 4K 120 hertz, you need so X many lanes that they put on a bigger connector.
Oh, I see.
Citation needed. But yeah. So yes. Joho says, can you buy pull tape as a replacement? Yes, it's just hard to find it in these lengths, so I generally don't bother. I generally just use regular double-sided tape, but I just put on 2 small bits in the corners, so that way the panel is fitted in, but it's not impossible to remove. I don't put a full length of double-sided tape in, because that ain't coming out again without breaking the panel. However, if you put in a small amount like this, you can conceivably remove the LCD again without breaking it. So you're not completely screwing over the next tech who has to look at the laptop.
Yeah. Yes, there are larger connectors with more lanes. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Just because I've started looking at the rabbit hole of reflections on the DisplayPort connector
I see.
for DisplayPort 2.0 80 gigabit bandwidth mode. And it's just like, we're going to have a time.
Yeah, when you get into ridiculously high bandwidth stuff like that.
Yes, my 16K 120 hertz display.
Yes. Cosmic rays are now impacting the performance of my cable.
Oh no, my Nintendo 64 speedrun.
Yeah. Let's see. Do you have a link for the tape? No, I use Tessa brand tape. Tessa.
Didn't we work out the last time that Tessa wasn't the brand? It was 3M.
Well, I have tape that has Tessa written on it.
Yeah, and Tessa is the model.
I've seen multiple tapes that are called Tessa tape, and I thought Tessa was a brand.
I thought that's what we found.
We might have had this,
like,
Yeah, we have definitely had this conversation before. I just don't recall what the answer was.
Oh, Tessa is the brand. Okay.
Yeah, I thought so. Oh, and it's a single S. Tessa.
So what was the one we found that was like 3M or DuPont? Oh, I think that might have been the Captain tape.
Yes. Captain tape is also a brand.
Capton.
Yeah. Yes.
As opposed to Captain tape for captains.
Indeed.
For taping your boat back together.
Right, I'm going to get a screen on order. Right, this is going to take the same one as the one I ordered for the other one, so I'm just going to change that to a quantity 2. Right, so that's that sorted. Right, this one is the broken one.
Is now.
Right, back to there.
They think it's all over. It is now.
I'm going to tidy pile this laptop. Tessa is German. Fair enough. Will we get it here in Canada, I wonder? You might have to import it from the US, because Canada seems to be really crap for finding stuff. Citation needed. Anytime a friend of mine has been like, oh, I'm trying to get this, I'll be like, oh, you can get that on eBay. And they're like, I don't know, man, eBay's pretty bad in Canada. You can't... Well, eBay's just really good in the UK. You know, just like...
Have we considered it's not just eBay that's bad?
Yeah, well, just eBay and Amazon seems to be bad everywhere else.
It's not just eBay and Amazon.
Yeah. I just... like, in all fairness, the UK, it's really easy to get stuff. Oh, excuse me.
Disease. 40,000 people used to live here.
Now it's a ghost town. Caradog, please. I'm having major focus issues today as it is.
Canada being terrible.
I mean, yeah. Anyway, we just have really good supplies in the UK. Like, eBay's got loads of stuff, Amazon has loads of stuff, AliExpress has decent delivery times. The only sucky thing is obviously we get hit with VAT on everything, you know. So stuff is a little bit more expensive, but you can get it.
Yeah.
And like I don't mind
sales
paying
tax being 20% is just like, ooh.
Yeah. I don't mind paying a bit extra in exchange for actually being able to get stuff. So, yeah. Alright, it's because the UK is geographically dense. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to put that over here.
Not just geographically.
Hang on a sec. Right, this one is service tag ending...
Both of those
TFM
need screen
X3.
replacements. One of them's because it's got the crappy screen.
Yep. Right, TFM X3 is LCD. Yep, that's confirmed. Right, next one.
Next.
You need to pay VAT to support your government. It's true. I'm not against taxes, as long as the right people are paying them as well.
I'm against paying tax, you know.
However, at the risk of getting political, let's look at this laptop. All right, bench camera face. This one, no prizes for guessing what's wrong here. It's not supposed to look like that.
Someone broke it. That's lopsided.
Yeah, so, yeah, that hinge is gonski. I believe... Right, so both of these have bad hinges. I think one of them needed a screen as well. Oh.
Crunch.
Let's see. That one looks okay. Let's just turn that on. Nope, battery's flat. Okay. Turn that one on. Nope, battery's flat. Okay, I'm just going to get a Dell charger. Are these small connectors? Oh, that just lit up. Whoop.
You can plug this Type-C in now.
Yeah. Okay, this one, the display is fine on this one, so this just needs a new hinge. So we need to take this display assembly apart without busting the LCD, because this LCD is fine. So let's turn that one off. And I'm just going to check this one while I'm here, just so I know, because if this one comes up with a cracked screen, then I'm just going to change that screen counter to 3. I plugged this in and then heard the Mac beep from over there. I was like, what?
Surprise!
Oh yeah, no, that one's fine as well.
Surprise, it's actually a Macintosh.
Yep, no, okay, it's only 2 screens. I thought, yeah, fair enough. I thought one of these had a, yeah. So the screen is fine on this one. However, the hinges haven't gone yet, but they're about to. Well, actually, the hinge has already broken. It just hasn't ripped out yet.
Does that mean that you need new casing?
This one will need a new lid and possibly a new hinge. The hinge is probably serviceable on it, but we'll find out when we open it up.
Oh, really? So if the hinge rips out, you might actually have to replace that hinge?
Yes, because, for example, well, the hinge itself on this one doesn't need replacing, but that bit, there's some torn metal there, and that goes up the back of the LCD. So
okay.
we definitely need some parts of this.
Yeah.
But we'll need to open that up and actually inspect to confirm.
Interesting.
So yeah.
Excellent.
Let's see. Front bezel of the working screen is fecked. Yes, we'll need a new bezel. Those are usually about a tenner.
I presume I can unplug the flash drive now.
Yes. Once you've hit first run, you can unplug the flash drive. Was that the one that just was question mark
No
folder?
bag entry.
Yeah.
Yeah, the question mark folder.
Yeah, it looks like that one just needed macOS installing on it, so that's an easy fix.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to take the display assembly off of this one. Ooh.
Wow.
This is a really awkward bench to work on. Okay, right, let's get the back cover off. Blue tack or Play-Doh will do it. No, we fix things properly around here.
What, we sticking blue tack in?
This hinge, apparently.
Oh. No!
Get the glue gun out, everyone. No. No glue gun.
You'll
no
not be able to...
Araldite. Replace the broken parts. Your network connection could not be configured. You'll not be able... Okay, that's fine. That's just because you didn't connect, I think. Yeah, connect to Wi-Fi. Yeah. For a moment, I was like, if that's an MDM lock, I'm going to be immeasurably sad.
Yeah, because I type in the password, and then I can't click continue.
You've got to wait for it to actually connect, and then it will allow you to go forward. Yeah, if it's being squicky, just try connecting to the other network. Whoop.
Are you good?
That sounds like that one's boot looping.
Right, but I've typed in the password. What do I do now?
Right, once it's giving the spinner. Once it's connected, it should... Oh, there we go. It's advanced. Yeah. That one's... that particular,
so you don't click on... that's
that
bizarro.
particular screen is bad, yeah.
Oh, that confused me as to what it was actually doing.
Yeah. So I was just like... Ah! Stop it!
There you go.
Shut.
Migration assistant. No thanks. Not now. Oh, you can skip the Apple ID.
Yep.
Imagine being able to make local users.
I know, right?
Anyway, moving swiftly on.
That's how it should be. Just give people the choice.
Yes, but if you give people the choice, they'll make the wrong one.
I mean, they're going to get you anyway because they're going to be like, oh, please log into your iCloud account. But, yeah, the illusion of choice, I suppose.
Full name, user.
Ooh. Okay, right. I'm going to carry on getting this off. Where are we?
Oh, no.
Oh, my days.
No.
Please. Work on this one and then focus on that one because that chime is actually... Ah!
However, I think we found an error with it. It can't boot off of this.
Yeah.
Because selecting boot off of this causes it to boot loop.
It's still boot looped, yeah. Yeah, okay. That sound... No more dreams, only tears. My guess is RAM issues. So yeah, that doesn't sound promising, that one. Boot looping like that is a really bad sign. I mean, we could just try doing a PRAM reset, on, NVRAM reset on it and stuff like that. Might come good. So there's a couple of things we can try, but we'll do that in a minute when you're focusing on it again. All right.
Yeah, I was hoping it would just launch the installer whilst...
These Dells are a firm write-off. No, they just belong to a firm. They've just won. These are just these Dell Latitudes have been just out in service with employees, and the employees have just not treated them properly because that's what happens to company property. It gets disrespected.
Respect your surroundings.
Yeah, and so the IT admin for the company has brought them in and said, "Here's a stack of all of my deads. Please fix them up." And I've said it'll probably cost about this much, and they're like, "Yeah, sure thing. That's the budget. Let me know if it's going to be more expensive than that." I can rip this one apart because the bezel is already broken. Right, that bezel is kill. I mean, you could fit that back together again, but we've got the budget to replace that bezel, so we will. I will recover the little webcam cover though, because the new bezel might not come with this. At least the boot chime has surround sound.
Hey! It's past the spinning globe.
Nice.
It's now on the Activate Mac screen.
Okay, yeah, this is the point where we find out if it's iCloud locked.
Select a Wi-Fi network from the menu.
Okay.
How do I
top right.
Ah. Excellent, there are no Wi-Fi networks.
Yeah, okay. Click off and then click it again. It might just not scanned.
There continue to be no networks.
That might need a Ethernet adapter, which I don't have. That being said, though, because we're in a recovery environment, we might have enough to enable external boot on it at this point. So now's the point where we check lead
I
farm.
can now go to Startup Disk in the menu.
and also advanced security options. Yeah, bring that back over here a sec. There was a magnet on the LCD bezel. Oh, yeah, okay, stand by.
Ooh. Huh? Ha.
Yeah, I'm going to steal that magnet. The new one will probably come with that. Oh, yeah, no, it might not, I suppose. I'll be surprised if it didn't come with that. However, even if it doesn't, I'll rob that because these magnets are useful for putting on your screwdrivers. Right, so... Oh, yeah, no, we have to... Yeah, we have to get past that. We do need an internet connection to continue. I think we're going to need an Ethernet adapter to get anywhere with that. I assume it's still not picking up a network. Get out. Get out. There we go.
Yeah, it's just not.
Yeah. That looks like, yeah, I think that's got external boot disabled on it. It's certainly showing the hallmarks of it. And like, this is not a good sign. Like, I'm going to be amazed if that is not iCloud locked or MDM locked, because it's showing signs of being secured. But yeah, we're going to need an Ethernet adapter for that. Does it have a Wi-Fi off soft key? No, Macs don't. It's all software controlled. MDM is company managed at least. Yeah, although that much being said, I'll be impressed if the client has access to or knows what company it's with. I mean, the company would if the MDM lock appears, then it will say, you know, connect managed by this company kind of thing. So the client could then call that company and say, hi, I've bought one of your old laptops. Could you unlock it for me, please? And they might. Stranger things have happened. If they refuse to, then it's basically a paperweight. On the old ones, you could change the serial number to defeat an MDM lock, but we can't do that anymore.
What do I want to do from here?
Ah, you've gotten through somewhere. Cool. Did you just quit the recovery assistant or something?
No, I connected to Wi-Fi.
Oh, it managed to connect to Wi-Fi.
By typing in the name of the network and then clicking connect.
Weird. Okay. Right, so firstly, go to Utilities.
Yes.
And go to Startup Security Utility.
Okay.
Right. Startup has no access to security. To change the settings, restart your Mac, hold Option. What? But that's what we've done. Okay, hit OK. Go to Disk Utility and continue.
Oh.
And then just do View Show All. I'm kind of tempted just to flatten the drive and try and install macOS from Internet Recovery and see what happens.
Is that not what it's just done?
We haven't installed anything yet. We've just booted to a recovery environment.
Oh, okay.
Unless I... Wait, hang on a minute.
We did Internet Recovery. Is that not...
That is not a reinstall.
Oh, okay.
This is the equivalent of booting from a Windows flash drive, but we downloaded it from the internet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That took an awfully long time.
Yeah, I mean, it had... Yeah.
To give, like, 4 utilities.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, at this point, I would hit erase and then install macOS, and we'll just see if it lets us install macOS.
APFS GUID partition.
Yeah.
Just defaults.
Yeah, defaults will do. I call it macOS small Mac big OS for the correct structure. Although it's not even called macOS anymore, I don't think. I think it's just called OS. Okay, right. I'm looking at this one. This does not have any stretch release tape on it, so I'm just going to undo the rest of the panel.
Is that correct?
Yeah, that looks good to me. So quit disk.
So why is the container not called... Why is the container called disk 20?
I will not try and explain the Apple disk structure because I don't fully understand it myself. They do weird things. They have partitions within partitions, nested partitions.
Yeah, my question is just why is it 20 if I've just erased the disk?
I don't know. I refuse to answer that question on account that I don't know.
But I did erase the correct thing.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't erase the partition, not the drive.
Did you click on the top of the tree and erase from there? So this is why I always do show all devices, so you can click on the top of it and like delete, erase from the top down. Yep, that's the correct one to select. All right, stretch release.
Yeah, formatting it as creating volumes. Yeah, this is what it did last time. Yeah, that's right. Okay. It's just confusing that it's number 20. So do I just click reinstall?
Yeah, what's that got? Ventura. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so reinstall macOS Ventura, and yeah, we'll just see if it lets us do that, and we'll just see where we end up.
Okay.
So yeah, like if we can get an operating system on it, then that's a good start, because then we have achieved administrative access to the laptop, and then we can run the setup utility from inside macOS to enable other features again.
I don't know what's going on.
You're right there.
I am connected to a Wi-Fi network whilst the hotspot is turned on.
I see.
Oh my god, what is this space bar?
This is the other reason why, with second-hand Macs, I'm telling everyone to go and buy an M1 or newer. Because A, Apple Silicon, but also, by the time you get to M1, you're past the butterfly keyboard era. Because, yeah, I hate the butterfly keyboard so much. Anyone who says
It's properly awful.
anyone who says that they like the butterfly keyboard is lying or just deluded.
That space
Come
is
at me.
violently incorrect.
I mean, that one's probably knackered, which doesn't help. But that was the other problem with them, is they all break down. That's the failure mode. They all do that. They all age horribly. Like, my 2014 MacBook, the keyboard on that feels pretty mushy and worn out by now. But that's 10 years old. What's your excuse, you know?
Yeah, because this is 2021.
Yeah. Like, as I say, as a point of comparison, where's my 2014 gone? Oh, it's on the front counter. Just because it's kind of interesting just to feel what the failure mode on them feels like.
It's not connected to... It must be connected to power. Interesting. This one must be connected to power.
Oh, what's the battery on? A lot.
40-something?
Oh, I think it's got to be like above 50% or something.
Okay.
Anyway, here's my 2014. Just have a feel of that at some point when you get back in a moment, and just tell me what you think, because this is an old keyboard that is well worn. The space bar is horrid, but yeah. Okay, right. This LCD should be okay. We just need hinges. So I'm going to put that there. And we're going to have a look at the hinges. So these are the backing strips for the LCD. Yeah.
I can see why you liked low-profile keyboards for so long.
Yeah.
Because you were used to that.
Yeah.
And then you used good keyboards.
All right, but
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
But
again, for a 10-year-old keyboard,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
too shabby,
It's
is
okay.
it? Yeah.
The space
It's definitely worn out.
would
Yeah.
annoy me significantly.
Yeah.
But, yes.
Ugh.
So what were you saying about NVP resets? and
Oh yeah,
thingies?
for that one. All right, so you're gonna boot that one up. What you're gonna do? You're gonna start that one up.
I have no fingernail
I see.
on my thumb.
Skill issue.
And
you're gonna hold down Command Option PR. So you got turn it off first, because you've got to do that before the chime. So you're gonna turn it on and then hold down Command Option PR.
it is off.
Yes.
It just kind of
All right.
So push the power button, then put Command Option P.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, too slow. What I do Command Option R with my left hand, and then I do Power and P with my right. I do ring finger and thumb.
Option Command. What
Sure.
what were the keys?
Option Command up PR. Option
Yeah.
Command and R on the left. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
on the right.
that's fine. I just wasn't sure which keys I was pressing all of a
Yeah.
sudden. I was like, hold on, what keys did you say?
It requires a bit of a claw grip, you know. All right. So then press the power button, hold those keys, and you're waiting for 2 chimes before you release. Keep going, keep holding, keep holding, keep holding, keep holding, keep going. Wait for the 2nd chime. Should have done it by now. Okay. Now release. Okay, so it's probably going to go back to question mark folder. So now turn it off and turn it on again, hold down Option, and hopefully it will get you into the boot menu. Oh yeah, this one was power cycling, wasn't
Yes.
it? Yeah, cool. Okay. All right. Meanwhile, over here on this empty desk, Zulu from hold. Right. Okay. So this strip has bent and snapped off. So I think we're going to need to replace this, but yeah, because this is providing some support through the back of the thing. So, oh yeah, and also that's all broken up. So we need. I don't think we need to replace that strip if I'm honest, because that's not structural. That bit is structural, and that's part of the back lid. Doesn't look good. Is that boot looping again?
It's just, I've just selected to install, and then it's gone bing.
Yeah.
So we'll see if it goes bong again.
Yeah. Try holding Command R for recovery mode on the next time around. Yeah. And again, we'll see if it'll drop into internet recovery.
Yes.
All right. Go through the motions with that again. See if we can go through internet recovery. Meanwhile, I've got to find a new back lid for this. So let's hit up eBay for this. Where's the bottom cover? So this is a Latitude 5520.
Do you have to click on the globe for it to start?
I'm not sure.
Because I think you do.
Yeah, I think
because both times it started, I clicked on the globe and then it suddenly just went start. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that must be the answer then. I very rarely use internet recovery because it's slow. It's slow, it takes forever, and it's unreliable.
Type-C?
Another Type-C charger.
That we can put somewhere not here.
Oh, that we can put somewhere not here. Yes. I mean, for now, just plug it into the Paul Daniels meter over here.
Just because I don't know what the state of charge is on this.
Yeah, and we'll rearrange. If we want to use the Paul Daniels meter later, we'll rearrange that. Oh God, that felt dreadful. However, it's on charge. Bubble wrap.
Pop. Dive!
Okay, right. Close the ticket list. Let's see. So let's go to desktop capture.
How to MacBook.
Bam. Bam. All right. So. Good. All right. So we've got. So we need a Latitude 5520 lid. £32. Wiki Parts, always a good supplier. So $32.99, 32, 19, brand new. Oh, it's from China, no good. That'll take 3 weeks.
Is it also the correct colour?
Yeah, they're probably all silver. Looks like we're not going to beat 32 for a new one. 32, 32, 32. Pre-owned. Never buy a lid pre-owned because it's probably already broken. Yeah, it looks like 32 is a winner. So, all right. Let's look at that. Show me the inside. So we're going to do a quick comparison here. So I'm looking at the bottom left. That looks right. Look at the bottom right. Those screw points look correct.
Oh.
And it doesn't come with anything else, but we don't need it to because we'll take everything else from the old one.
What is this noise?
That ping, that's the I'm on charge noise.
But off.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
it will do that at any point when you plug it in. But it does mean that someone's at home because it can make the ping. That's not like... That requires the firmware to work.
Okay.
So someone's at home. It's entirely possible that the screen doesn't work or the battery is knackered and it just has no charge in it. This is actually one where we want the power meter plugged in, to be honest.
Yeah, no,
I'm not
that's
going to drag the Paul Daniels meter over here, but let me just grab another setup just so you can get a power meter. And then we can see what's going on. Annoyingly, my other Type-C meter is broken. I've trodden on it at some point. Can't imagine how that happened. But I have solutions.
Very well.
Have you got a Type-C charger over there still?
This.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Yes, cool. So I just need one more Type-C cable. And I will use this one over here because I know where it is and I know it works.
That is stuffing. That is also stuffing.
Right, let's see. Type-C in, Type-C out. I think this will work. Oh, it's probably not active. So if I do that... Yeah, there we go. All right. One amp, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. That looks like it's charging. Yeah, that's charge. So I just leave that like that for like 10 or 15 minutes. So I just close the lid on that and look at the next one, basically, and see what it does. Okay, right. Add to basket. Go to basket. All right, so we've got 2 LCDs and a top lid, and I'm gonna need hinges as well.
Oh yeah, 2.7
eBay, why you like this? Right, okay. Latitude 5520 hinge. Are we going to fix the pine still? Oh yeah, you're right. I will do that. I will do that in a moment.
One.
I know. Yeah.
At a time. Singular.
Okay. Okay. You're not my real dad. Okay, so I'm looking at the hinges in front of me now. What?
I think I've confused myself.
I see.
Yeah. What are you? Oh, you're a 1708. Right. I thought that was a 1706 and this was a 1706.
Do you want to get that out of here because it doesn't need to be there?
And I was confused why they had different touch barness.
Very well. Right, that's an E5520. E5520, latitude 1520, left side, right side. So the left side is intact. Actually, do we need a new left? The hinge itself isn't broken, it's just the... Let's go back to bench cam a sec. The hinge itself isn't broken, it's just the lid. Like this hinge is seized, so we'll need to loosen that up and grease it, but that doesn't actually need to be replaced. The lid is the only bit we actually need, so we're fine. Yeah, I'm not going to get a new hinge. I'm just gonna service that hinge. So in that case, we're good. Cool. All right. So we've got what we need for that one. Good. Right. Tidy pile that onto the pine sill. You can actually unseize laptop hinges. Some of them you can, some of them you can't. Hold on. Bench cam. So a hinge like this, you see how it's got that locking screw on the back of it? You can get some pliers on that or a tiny little spanner and just undo that. And you can just take some of the tightness out of it, spray some lubricant onto that and just work the hinge back and forth until it's freed up. However, some hinges, there's no screw on the end of it. It's just fixed. And you can't do anything with those. So yeah, you tend to replace if they're too jerky. I've been servicing them recently because, like as said, you can just back them off a bit. So yeah, definitely not the Dell cartridge hinges then.
So, what would your diagnosis be if I plug in the power?
Yeah.
20 volts, 1 amp.
Yeah.
Press the power button. Nothing. Press and hold power button. Goes to 20 volts and 0.1 amp. 0.01 amp. But then I unplug the power and plug it back in, it goes back up to an amp, or I push the power button again, it goes back up to an amp.
So standby and charge sounds like it's fine. If you plug it in, does it slowly start increasing, like this one did?
No. It stays at 1.1.
Okay. That sounds like a short on a that sounds like a fault on a secondary power rail somewhere. The standby rails are up, which is why you're seeing, but also like just an amp the moment you plug it in is suspicious.
No, as in it goes like 100, 200 amp.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'll have to have a look at that in a moment and see if we can break anything out. We'll see if we get time to get to that. Firmware recovery time. I mean, bit early for that, but not impossible. Yeah. So we'll see. All right, I'm going to do this wretched pine sill. The pine sill is back again. New content? No, just fix the same thing, 3 streams. All right, I'm going to open this thing up and we're going to put... we've got a new screen for this.
Oh, yes, that is a broken screen.
Okay. Oh, can you see it? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I just caught a glimpse of it.
All through here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So plug in the HDMI connector and see if you can get a picture on another monitor, just so we can be sure that the laptop actually works.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to. A new screen for that is going to cost £200, and we don't really want to order a new screen if we don't know if the laptop actually works.
The power button feels so much nicer. It actually buttons instead of kind of.
See, the problem is, sensible people like you and I can feel the action of the button. We feel the click. We know it has clicked. Customers will keep pressing harder until they see a response. This is why you should put power lights on everything. You have to tell the user that something has happened, otherwise they will just press harder. They'll be like, oh, it's not working. It's like, it has, it's clicked. Give it a moment. So, yeah. All right. Just going to poke that. This laptop here is taking 2.4 amps. It is charging. So, yeah, we'll give that another 5 minutes and then we'll see if it wants to go. Although I think it will automatically light up when it's good to go, if it's going to go. But you're all right. Doing a glitch hop remix over there.
Oh,
how are you feeling now since you're
MP3?
I'm trying. How are you feeling since your illness, Graham? Better. Yeah, it was a long one. I think it was COVID. I think I had COVID, but I didn't take a test at any point, so I can't prove it. But yeah, having spoken to other people about it, they were like, that sounds like COVID, dude, you know. So, yeah, I could fully believe it. It's definitely taken me a while to bounce back. No test, not Rona. Just because you didn't test doesn't mean that it's not the Rona, man.
I mean, it kind of does. That's what the official stats mean.
Right. I'll bring the camera down for a closer view in a moment.
What's the maximum current you'd expect to see on these?
I mean,
would you expect to see 80 watts as the maximum?
I think these 13 inches are 65 watt laptops.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you would expect to see over 3 amps maximum?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just looking for something that looks realistic. Like,
no, that's fine. I was just wondering what too high was. Yeah. If that makes sense. So if I plug one in and it goes, I'm now charging at 5 amps, is that too much?
Yes.
Yes.
I would be looking at that being like, ooh, I don't know about that, Chief, you know. I don't think you're supposed to be pulling that much. All right. I'm going to bring the camera down for a close-up so we can fit this LCD Lucrative. And now you've been demonetized. Nah, once upon a time.
You've been demonetized simply because you exist. It was the egregious crotch cam whilst talking about bears and twinks.
Look, I made a quick joke. If you do it quickly, no one knows. That's the secret.
Moving on.
I was going to say, actually, don't read into that phrasing. So I'm going to fix this. I'm going to put a new LCD on it. That'll do. Right. And actually, I could probably punch in a bit further. Actually, we'd go bam. There we go. Hello there. All right. So we've got that, and we've got this. Right. That looks awful. What is this? That looks like half the size that it's supposed to be.
Are you sure there's not just a sticker on the front?
There is, but like the screen looks too small. Hang on a minute. Let me just line it up with the window. I mean, to be honest, if it works, that's good enough. You've only got to see the temperature and just see what it's doing. Yeah, there's no planet where that's correct. This is for a TS100. Maybe the TS100 has a smaller screen. I had it in my head they were the same size.
I have no idea.
So yeah, looks cracked. No, it's not cracked. The darkness that you're seeing is just the lines in it. It's not cracked. It's just a crap screen. I think it's too small. I'm going to solder it on and see what happens. The old one's in the bin, unfortunately. Right, that goes on like that. Let's see. How does this work? It's going to do that and then fold backwards. And yes, you can see two dots on the silk screen there that line up with those two dots. So yeah, cool. All right. So we're going to do that way around. And I'm going to get a soldering iron.
Oh, whoop.
Is that the Insta360 camera? Yes, this is the Insta360 link that we're using as the bench cam. And I need a power cable. One of those. And there's my power bank. And I'm going to charge the other I'm going to run the other pine saw with the power bank and use that to solder this on, and we'll see what it does. It's not the right screen. However, if it works, that's good enough for me. Like, this pine saw isn't my daily driver anyway. The only reason why the screen needs to work is just so I can see the temperature and whether it's heating or not. Everything else I don't super care about. And like as a general purpose spare iron, I've got a Pine Sol 2, which is the one that I'm bringing over right now. And you know, like the Pine Sol 2, I kind of want the screen on that to be functional. The Pine Sol 1 is just an emergency iron at this point. So,
Would you read anything into the power bouncing around like that?
looks weird. It looks like it might be trying and failing to start. I think it's trying to start and failing. Yeah, I think this laptop has a problem. It charges but doesn't turn on. That's what I think is going on there. That jumping, I think, is the laptop attempting to start. But also, it might be, oh look, grey screen.
Hey!
It is on.
Excellent.
So there's something on that screen, but we can't see it because I think that screen is dead. I think the screen is dead. It's displaying something there. Yeah, look, there's your mouse cursor. So there's something on the primary display which isn't working. So really what we want to do is open that up, disconnect the internal display, and then see what we get. And then we can confirm what the state of the rest of the laptop is. So yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Did it.
Bunch of laptops, bunch of new repair videos. Maybe there was a lot to deal with here. And like if there are any here that are actually like interesting board repair ones, then those will go into actual videos. But a lot of these, as you can see, they're not really full repair videos. They're just like sort of, oh, that needs a new screen, and oh, that one needs a new battery, and stuff like that, which is why I decided to do it here. Yeah, that's not... oh, yeah, you're plugged into that one now.
Into this one.
That's not charging. That's main power, I think. I don't know.
But it was at 1.6, and then it dropped to 0.6, and now it's back at 0.8. Interesting. I will leave it for a moment.
Has that one got 4 USB ports?
It does.
Cool. There's a Type-C chipmunk on the bench, probably around the pile of screws.
Do you know how little that helps?
Come on. Yeah. All right. So yeah, annoyingly, the chipmunk doesn't work through that adapter. Don't know why. However, at least that will help you see if it's on or not. Okay, we got a flash there, so it is alive. Just for good measure, just take the laptop out from underneath it, because there might be magnets in that are making the laptop think it's closed. Seen that happen before. Right, I'm going to quickly get this soldered. Graham's not answered any of my questions. It's because my thing is mega split.
It's because my thing is the what's it and the thingamajiggles.
Yeah. So
also Candy Mountain.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, Chris, I think you were asking about desktop stuff, and other people seem to be answering those questions, which is why I was not paying attention to that. Yeah. Was there an outstanding question?
Start that again. If the laptop is on, displaying a picture on the screen, what would the chipmunk be doing?
It would just be flashing a green LED now and then.
Right. Oh, okay. The green LED does not come on when the device is on.
No.
It's not a power light.
It just flashes now and then to go, hi, I did something.
Okay.
Yeah. You could think of it as a heartbeat, basically.
Okay.
Kind of.
So in theory,
sign of life.
eventually we'll get a grey screen on there like we did with the other one.
Theoretically.
Fair enough.
Where is... Right, I need soldering equipment. All right, yeah, sorry folks, my head is not in the game today. I'm kind of just trying to struggle through this. We're making progress though, so, you know, op success, I guess.
This display is powered on.
Ah, interesting. Oh, is that... No, that's still in standby, ignore me. Right, I've retinned those pads. I'm not going to tin these pads, however, I'm going to just like proper slather the solder onto these. Oh, actually, no, I don't want solder on yeah, I don't want to slide the solder on there. Right, no, that's not what I wanted. I do need my soldering iron to chill out, though. I'm going to drop this down to 340 for this. So we're going to this is a hotbar connection. That's going to go that way around. So that's going to go on like that and then fold over. Here we go. Get the vice or you'll be hunting the board around the table. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh.
Right. That's going to go about there.
I see.
And here we go.
Here we go. Ba-da-da-da. Anyway.
I don't think I've got enough heat here.
I require a lobe.
All right, and let's just get right on the edges. Whoops. Oh, we're getting there. Those pads are starting to tin, which means it's working.
It's not going to be in there. It's going to be that one.
There we go. Ow, that got very hot. I think I did it.
Is
Right.
the bottom a T6?
No, it is a security screw.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh.
Hang on a sec. I'll just grab it because I know where it is and there's only one of them. I need to buy some more of these because I broke one of them, so I'm down to one. That's the P2. Where is it?
Freaking security screen.
Pentalobe 5. Pentalobular. 1.2 millimeters.
Oh, it is a pentalobe. Okay.
Yeah, P5. Just check that it's not in there actually,
P5.
because I'm not seeing
Oh,
it.
P5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the one you want.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know why it's in there. Maybe I moved it at some point. Can you test it without assembling it? We should be able to, yes. So, right, I'm going to quickly inspect this. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's slightly out of alignment, but I don't think we've got any bridges there. You know what though? I might put some, like, yeah, as Marcel pointed out, I might put some flux on that and just reflow it once, just for good measure. Actually, no. You know what? I'm going full send on that.
Uh-oh. Is today really the day for full send?
Yes.
Okay.
Never back down.
Never
Hashtag send
surrender.
it. Hey. Oh, well, that looks big enough. Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Oh, is this the one you have to do the stupid lift and slide and wiggle and what's it to get the bottom cover off?
Yes. I don't try and figure it out. I'll show you how to. That one is one of the easier ones, though, thankfully. But still, I'll show you how to do it because this is one of those times where sometimes when teaching people, I say, you know what, see if you can figure that out. But there are other times where it's like, the penalty for that is you break it. So, no, watch someone else do it first. Right, this works, reassembling. Thick double-sided tape required. Yeah, I would say so. I've got just the stuff for it. Right, I'm just going to get this soldering stuff out of the way.
You
And
effectively reverse Riker maneuver off of stools.
I'll not explain myself.
I am a free man!
I cannot be contained.
Scotland!
That's cultural appropriation, Caradog.
Is it?
Is there a knife over there? Oh, it's over here.
Doesn't that... Anyway.
And I'm going to grab that broken LCD because broken LCDs make really good cutting mats.
I see. So you're over your conniptions then?
Intrusive thoughts. Ooh. Look. Dirty boy.
God.
All right, just put that there.
I think it says something about these Macs that of the ones that appear to be working, I wouldn't want to steal any of them.
Also, though, you hate Macs.
No, I don't. I hate macOS.
Word on the wire is there's better window management in the works for the next version of macOS.
Yes, I saw, and I was just like, oh look, it's Windows 7. But still, in theory, I may be able to experience that. Soon, TM.
Oh yeah, you getting a MacBook from himself?
Yes, but a big one.
An iMac?
No, a big laptop.
Ah, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a 16-inch.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Okay, right. Case. So that should go in there. Need to put the buttons in place.
Have you any idea what the new version of macOS is going to be called? Or the
Oh.
new version of
I heard at some point, but I've forgotten. So to all intent and purpose,
OS. No. Mac. OS.
Current one is Sonoma, just for clarity. Oh, I need to take off the peel.
Sequoia?
Sequoia, yeah.
Oh, yes, Sequoia. Yes.
Yeah, that's the one.
Quesadilla?
Quesada.
Version
Whatever
15.
will be, will be.
It was announced at WWDC on June 10th.
The future's not ours to see. I've not heard that for about 2 decades. All right.
I really wish, on one hand, that I could use all of the Apple stuff. Just use it. In all of the use cases that Apple envisioned it being used. And like experience it as they intended it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I'm just like, my laptop should work how I want it to work.
Yeah. This is the problem. Like, I know
I just wish I, lived the life that was the Apple life kind of thing.
Yeah.
At some point, just to kind of feel that, oh my God, it does all my things.
I mean, you already have that with Google, though, don't you?
Yeah.
And
to a degree, I have that with Windows.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I've got friends who are just Apple through and through. And it's not that they're uncritical of Apple or anything, but, you know, they use it in the way that you're envisioning. And, but this thing, I get that from Google. And, like, I know that LTT are working on a How to De-Google Your Life series at the moment. And I'm like, that sounds extremely interesting. But also, it's making me really question, just like, because part of me doesn't like Google, but the other part of me is just like, I'm too married into the Google ecosystem. You know, broadly speaking, like I'm planning on changing my default. I'm almost the new extension thing for Chrome. You know, they're changing the way extensions work. The manifest.
Oh, okay.
The extension manifest is changing.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay. So
I do not use Chrome, so I don't know.
Right. Okay. So Chrome has had an update where the extension manifest, which is to do with how the extensions work, this has been in the works for literally years. It's not new. It's been on its way for a long time. New type of extensions will come in, and they will fundamentally break how certain extensions, including uBlock Origin, work. And
that seems convenient.
Maybe. There are pros and cons. There's a lot of conspiracy theories. I'm not going to speculate on that. The point is, uBlock Origin, as we know it, will not function. There is a uBlock Origin Lite that will work, but for example, that won't be able to block YouTube ads anymore. And so, whatever. And so that is imminently looking like it's going to come into effect. And that means that, and if that happens, I will probably switch to Firefox for everything instead of just some things. And in addition to that, I also agree with the sentiment that Google search has just gotten crap over time, because I'm increasingly...
Again, I'm not seeing any of the Google stuff on search. My search is identical to how it was 10 years ago.
Yeah. Maybe.
And I don't know if that's because I use Firefox. I don't know if that's because I use Incognito. So I'm always searching not signed in, no cookies, no history.
That might be part of it, that you're using it out of the ordinary. Like, I'm not getting awful stuff, but just so many times I will search for brand name here, and the top 3 results will be for that brand's competitor. And I'm like, that's not what I searched for. I searched for this brand. You know,
I don't have that.
Yeah. Like, this is only occasionally, but you notice it when it happens. You know, that's the thing.
It would be interesting if you ever remember.
Yeah.
When you do that search and it does that, to tell me and for me to search and see if I get the same thing.
Yeah. Either way, if I were to use any other browser, it would be Firefox, because everything else is just Chrome in a different skin. I know it's not the same, and it might not use the same extension manifests, but still,
it depends on whether Chromium does, because if Chromium does, they basically have to.
if you're going to change browsers, you may as well go Firefox, because really there's no reason
options
not.
have you got for rendering engines?
That's it.
Safari. Yeah, you've got Safari.
Imagine but Safari on Windows is dead. It's abandonware.
Yeah, no. I'm just trying to think of rendering engines. You've got Safari.
Which is Gecko? No, Gecko's Firefox.
Yeah.
Gecko.
Which is the Gecko UTK thing, which is very similar to what Firefox uses as well.
Yeah.
They're very similar. They are branched off of each other from memory.
Interesting.
Then you've got Chromium. And I can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
I have to say, though, I do enjoy the way that Edge renders fonts over Chrome. Something about the way it renders fonts is just better. Certainly on my 4K screen at work, something about it is just better. Also, the way it renders PDFs.
Why is that not? Just reset that. Is my minus key not working?
Opera is a non-starter for hosts of reasons, but not least because last time I heard from someone who worked in the security space, they were just selling your saved passwords and all of your browsing history.
Yeah.
Also, the company's a loan shark.
Yes.
In India and several African nations.
Yeah. How can we be sure that Firefox will handle the data correctly? I mean, they seem to be... If the most pessimistic read is that they are the lesser of all the evils. Cause, like,
well, the pessimistic read is they're as bad as Google is.
Yeah, and also, like, are you saying that you trust Opera? Are you saying that you trust Brave? Are you saying that you trust any of these other brands?
And it's just...
like, there's no answer to that question. If you're in a trustless environment... I don't know. I think the Mozilla Foundation, being an open source, not-for-profit foundation, they're probably as transparent as you're going to get if we're in a trustless environment.
It's also just a case of the fact that obviously, at the very least at the moment, uBlock works on Firefox, and there's no plan to stop it from working.
Yeah.
So as a concept of a mechanism for viewing a website. It has a feature that may be getting removed. Yeah.
So cycling around then, so okay, if we're not using Chrome, then I'm probably going to switch to Firefox. Yeah, my search stuff, I don't know, I'm a bit, I have the heebie-jeebies with Google at the moment, and basically I'm thinking of just switching to DuckDuckGo as my main search, because DuckDuckGo is really clean. And that, I just look at that and I'm like, good. There's no AI nonsense here. It's just super clean, And also, switching to DuckDuckGo is zero effort. You just change your default browser.
Yeah.
So
the other thing I would say is, if you're concerned about the search engine stuff,
DuckDuckGo is amalgamation of multiple search engines. It brings in data from many.
Functionally Bing.
Is it primarily Bing?
Yeah, it's 99 point something percent Bing.
At one point, it was using many sources.
But it seems to be better than Bing.
Yeah.
Because I use DuckDuckGo.
Yeah.
Certainly on mobile.
Yeah. Mozilla is sponsored by Alphabet. They are funded by Alphabet. Important distinction here. And it does mean that Mozilla's future is very questionable at the moment because they're funded by Alphabet, and part of that deal is that Chrome is the default search engine, but you can just change that, so fine. However, if there's the threat that Alphabet gets broken up as a monopoly at the moment, and we don't know how that's all going to play out. Word on the wire is that Mozilla have a lot of money in the bank, which means theoretically they should be fine for the time being. But ultimately, we've no reason to believe there's a conflict of interest. Is the main thing.
Certainly, because as far as I understand, there is one degree of separation from the funding, because the Mozilla Foundation receives funding from Google, and the Mozilla Foundation funds Firefox, a separate entity, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's a case of whilst obviously if it's a wholly owned subsidiary, you can still exert complete control over it.
Yeah.
But it is still the fact of obviously there is that 1 degree of separation, which may or may not change your opinion.
DuckDuckGo loves YouTube. YouTube links saturate any vid search for some reason. I mean, where else is it going to get vids from? Vimeo? So...
I was going to say, most of the searches I get on DuckDuckGo for the longest time were trying to push you really hard to, I nearly said Xvideo, that's the wrong site, to like eBaum's World's video player and
interesting.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, great, but this isn't the video I searched for.
Yeah.
So it's just, half and half.
Yeah. Yeah, fair.
Please may you inform me as to how do I remove this panel.
Yes, right. I'm going to do a quick bit of tidying up super quick just to keep things under control here.
Go on then.
Also, how are we doing? 240. All right, we're making pretty good progress here. Right, let me quickly tidy pile this. This one, I've got the parts in the basket for this, so we're good. All right, I'm going to quickly tidy pile this and put it to one side.
We have fixed 1.1 max.
Right, I'm hearing a lot of fan noise coming from that side of the room where those other 2 MacBooks are, and that's usually a good thing. It means they're doing stuff. So
yeah, one of them's installing macOS.
Yeah, the other one's on
just
a desktop.
sat there on the desktop.
Yeah,
because it says the battery's shagged, but it's only dropped 1%. So I'm like,
was it saying
fine?
Was it saying
please replace the battery is critically damaged or
okay,
something?
so the service battery appears when the health is at 80% or lower.
Yeah.
So that basically means the battery is knackered. However, I
was just double checking if it's completely shot or not.
Yeah.
And it isn't completely shot.
Yes, but also like a knackered battery, that's no big deal. It's running on the battery at the moment, as you've just said.
Yeah.
So
that was more my point.
Yeah.
Was just if it died before the end of the stream, I'd just be like, oh yeah, that's a problem.
However, if the battery gives us an hour of life, that means the battery is knackered, but the laptop is functional.
Yeah.
So that's a positive. That's a diagnosis, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. Right. Take all of these as well.
What am I going to do with these random metal strips?
I'm going to put them. Just put them on there.
At this point, it almost feels like, are you ever going to run out of latitudes? No, for I work at the Latitude factory.
The Latitude harvesting, black market harvesting lab.
Oh, very well.
Stealing organs or something, I don't know. Okay, right. The Pinecil is fixed. I'm just going to turn that on for one more thing, because I just wanted to make observations about the screen size. As you can see when we turn it on...
As you can now see.
If I go, as you can see, it's slightly aligned bottom left. And if I just go into options, this should fill the window. And as you can see, it's slightly bottom left. So I think the TS100 window must be a little bit smaller. But as you can see, like we've lost just like a couple of millimeters here and there. So I think the screen sizes are so similar that I assumed that they were the same. But the TS100 has actually got a slightly smaller window, perhaps. But that's good enough. Certainly, it displays what I can see. I can see the temperature. I can see that it's heating. So, yeah, even though the screen is not quite correct, that's certainly good enough. So, yeah, great success. That is fixed. That is now scratched, but still works.
Oh no, I've dropped and broken the Pinecil. Week 4.
Oh no. Don't forget, you're here forever.
Do it for her.
Okay, so... Is there any kind of DEF CON event in the UK? Not that I'm aware of. Not that I've heard. All right. Okay. So, to open this MacBook...
First remove the cheese.
cheese.
Like, the hell?
Yeah. Welcome to my world. All right, so.
Sweat.
So.
Sweat.
Can you stop?
No, I can't. I have ADHD, you see.
Okay, so. Not that you've heard a deaf con. So. There's two types of modern MacBook that you see. This one has the cutouts for the speaker grill down the sides here, and these ones are the easy ones. Some of the other ones don't have this cutout here. So what we can basically there's two things that are holding this on right now. There are strong clips here and here.
Okay.
And then there are clips here and here that slot into the laptop, so you cannot lift the back up.
Okay.
So what you have to do is pop those clips open and then slide it forward. Now on this one, because we've got the speaker grills, theoretically I should be able to get a prying tool. I'm going to use the metal one. I should just be able to jam it into the side. Whatever, you use your imagination, chat. I should be able to jam this into the side and just pop that up. I'm just finding the edge, and there we go. So that's lifted slightly. And so now I'll do it on the other side. Finding the edge, pop. And now I can get my fingers under the front. And I'll just slide this plastic tool in there. And itch my eye. Right, so now... There we go. Right, so now I can get my hand in the front there.
Okay.
And now what I tend to do is I tend to hold it up against my... I tend to hold it in my arm like this. So I've got it in... Because it's going to come off suddenly, basically. So I tend to hug it so then I can go... Whoa, instead of it going across the desk. And what I'm doing is... switching to bench cam. I'm trying to show my technique here. I don't know if this is useful or not. So I'm going to hold it in the crook of my arm, and I'm going to use my thumb and my hands to try and tilt this like that. So we're going to go like that. There we go. So you see that's just come out there, and that's come off. And it'll shut up in a moment. MacOS has a Cortana thing too. And so there are the little gripper boys that stop it from coming out. That's why you can't just lift up the back. Anyway, and also there are these strong clips. So I hope that was useful. Thank you for coming for my TEDx talk.
Excellent. Why
are we opening this up
I can't
again?
remember what this one was. Is this the broken screen one?
Oh yeah, we wanted to disconnect the internal display.
That's the broken display, and we wish to disconnect the internal display.
Good. All right.
What am I doing now?
We're going to swap places if you're going to do it, so that people can see.
Gritty.
I'm going to lie in bed tonight just hearing the Mac chime noise, and I'm just going to be like, ugh, no, get out of my head, Charles. You know?
Oh no.
What?
Oh. I think it's liquid.
Really? Where are you looking?
This, I think it's Coke all in here.
It's probably just grime, if I'm honest. Human beings are gross, our bodies are gross, and we exude grime over everything we touch. It is very likely just grime.
I mean, they might. The common people might.
Okay, right.
Unlike that one song, I don't want to be how the common people are. I don't want to live like common people. Like you. Ooh. Anyway.
I was going to put... All right.
Before I offend everyone else. This is a MacBook.
Book Mac. All right. Okay, LCD. We're going to get through this. Right, you need some really small screwdrivers to deal with the display connector.
Okay.
So,
Do I need to unplug the battery?
Yes.
How do I unplug the battery?
First, you reveal the battery cover connector that's under there. So that just peels up and peels off. It's just a bit of sticky back. Yep, just keep going. Just rip that bad boy off. There you go. So that just covers up the hot section of the battery, just so nothing can get to, I mean, it's not liquid proof, but it just stops aardvarks
Do
from
I
getting
need to undo this little fly lead so I can then get to that big screw?
Yes, and I would undo it from this end. So there's a little bit of that little bit will lift up, revealing the connector.
Do I just pull?
Yeah, so lift that little bit up and just peel it back a little bit, and then there you go. So now you can get to the flex connector, and you can just lift up that little locking lever, and then it will slide out.
May I have a small poking thing?
I'll give you all of these, and you can choose your weapon of choice. And then you're going to need...
So it just goes up? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
And then that allows me to remove? No.
Once you've done that, it should slide out. There might be some sticky under it, but yeah. Oh, your head is entirely on the camera. I will... hold on, let me... I can fix this. Hold on. We're going for a ride, everyone. Hold on to your lunches.
Does it slide backwards? So does it slide that way?
So you're going to lift that up through 90 degrees. Yep, that's it. That bit that you were on just then, that just flicks up. And pause for a sec
Does
while
it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yep.
yeah, okay.
And let me just adjust camera angle. Other way.
Womp, 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 womp.
That'll do. And then I'll move that Dell, and then I'll move the camera to one side a little bit, just so the camera's working for you instead of you for it. We're coming back, folks. Hold on. Carrot dog. All right. I'm trying to help you here. Okay.
You chose this.
Yep. Did I?
You
Right.
chose to work with me.
Okay, good. That is unlocked. So this wire will pull out now.
So I can just go...
Yeah, that should just pull out. Yeah, towards your hand. That's it. That's it. There you go. You're out. So now you can peel that back slightly. That's it. Right.
Okay.
Now we're going to undo that guy. So now you need a T5. That's the one.
Oh.
T5.
Is that the thing that makes the trackpad feel like it clicks?
Yeah, that's right. That's the coils for the force trackpad. Yep. Right, so that screw's going to come out entirely. It's quite short. That's it. And then just lift that out and clear. Whoop. And then just lift this flap up. That is the
From
battery
the
contact.
left?
Yes, correct.
And then it
Yep,
levers
just pull
right?
it- Yep, that's right. Just pull it up to about 90 degrees. Horrible battery connector. I despise
That's
it.
terrible and
Yeah,
awful, and
I
I don't
hate
like
it.
any part of that.
Yeah, that's the battery connector. All right.
Oh, don't tell me I have to take out every single one of these.
No, thankfully not.
Oh, thank God
We
for
just
that.
need to disconnect the display. We've got 4 screws here that we need to undo. So we need to get those 2 silver ones and those 2 black ones.
And are they
And
these? No.
We're going down
that's
to
too big.
T3 for this.
I require the smaller one.
There's the tiny T3.
This connector here.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Okay. Oh no. You know the grime? AJ says snorted.
No. Shan't.
All right. Hair cam. Yep. We're good.
Ha.
Carrot Dog's the new work experience person. I knew it was cheap, but damn. Right, I'm going to clear up your leavings over here. And I'm going to eat some of that chocolate cake.
As 2 separate actions.
Yes. Forbidden garnish.
Right, what do I do now? Do I just oink the little plate up?
Yeah, that's right. The battery's disconnected, so it doesn't matter if it falls on something now. This is why we disconnect batteries, not just because of hot rails, but it just means that if you drop a screw
Oh.
onto the logic board, it doesn't matter.
That
Cool.
didn't do what I expected it to do.
Nope. However, so now that little silver bit that you've revealed, you can just flick that up. That lifts vertically.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and then just then just fold that back. That's our display connector. The display is now disconnected.
Excellent.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run it just sideways open at 90 degrees. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take us back to.
Will it run without the battery plugged in?
I can't remember, so we're gonna try and find out.
Okay.
Yeah, I can never remember. So pass that this way. Hup.
Laptop.
So I'm just going to open that sideways like that. Oh, yeah. So I saw the crack on the screen. I was like, oh no, the screen is cracked. Oh wait, we already knew that.
Yes, it's the broken laptop. It's the laptop with the broken screen.
The broken screen's laptop. Right, where's our Type-C? Could you...
there. Why is this not plugged in? Graham, what have you done?
I was getting it out the way. What is this stream? Yeah. Right. I hope someone's keeping track of where everything goes. It's not a matter of knowing where it is, it's a matter of being able to find it again.
Okay.
Remember, you don't have to remember something, you just have to know it exists, because then you can look for it again. Alright.
There are 4 MacBooks. Do you want to plug the screen in, I presume?
Yeah, I was just thinking, do we want a power gauge so we can see what it's up to?
Sure.
Yeah, let's plug in the power gauge rig. So,
Very well. Okay.
yeah, I got it. Actually, could you support that for me, please? Thank you.
An egg in this trying time.
Give me an egg. All right, plugged in.
I need healing.
Okay, right, we are pulling 260 milliamps. We power cycled. We are back up to 260. It's bouncing around, so it's starting, it's doing something. So we're going to wait and see if this screen lights up.
Oh, the fans are spinning.
Cool. So I think it will output to HDMI now because it's got nowhere else to output to. Also, yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, there we go. We've got an Apple logo.
Apple logo.
Huzzah. Good. So we're going to let this start up and just see what happens.
That therefore infers the device is not completely wrecked.
Yeah, and also, so we want to try and get this to recovery mode. We want to make sure it's not iCloud locked or something like that, so we don't buy a £200 screen for an iCloud locked laptop. So, yeah, so that's where we're going now. So this is what assessment means, is when we're looking at stuff to find out if it's actually worth fixing before you dump money into it. Because when you've got a pile of laptops that are just unknown like this, especially MacBooks, because like if any of these are these are all 2018 onwards, I think. Oh, were there some 2017s?
I think they're 2017s.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think they're mid 2017s. 4 of them are.
Yeah, even the 2017. I think the 2017 can be unlocked, but I've never done it before. So yeah, I think. As far as I'm concerned, if any of these are iCloud locks, I'm out straight away. But we'll see. Because 2017 is T1 security, I think. But I believe the T1 security chip doesn't encrypt the UEFI, which means you can still defeat iCloud. But citation needed, I've never actually looked into it. So yeah. Just that lock is such a pain in the behind. Why not an option that just nukes all info if a lock needs to be removed? It's anti-theft. Same as with an iPhone. The reason for iCloud lock on an iPhone is it means that a stolen iPhone is worthless, so no one bothers stealing them. Whether that's how it plays out in the real world or not is another question. These fans are going like the clappers, but that's because the battery is unplugged. I'm going to eat some cake. Yeah, If the laptop is 2018 onwards...
Ah, there we go. This one's got remote management pop up.
Ah, okay. Do you want to... Has that got battery in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to bring that over just so we can show people that screen and be like, look, this is MDM lock.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so I'm going to, even though we're at long range, I'm going to cover up a company name here. Oh, balls. Okay, I don't think Carrot... It says remote management and there's a cog on the screen. It says remote management. Remote management enables the administrator of to set up email and network accounts, install and configure apps, and manage this computer's settings. Can automatically configure your computer. This is MDM lock, mobile device management. And basically it means that the serial number of this laptop is on a list. Which means as soon as this laptop connects to the internet, that list says to the laptop, you belong to this company, and it will immediately lock up. The defeat for MDM is to change the serial number of the laptop, but we can't do that because this probably has a T2 chip in it, which means we can't change the serial number. So we need to... Was that one the A21 something or other?
Yeah, this is the 2159.
2159, yeah.
I think
so,
this is the newest one of all of them.
Yeah, so that's game over. We're done, basically.
Yeah.
That's MDM lock. So I will talk to the customer. I'll be like, if you want to get hold of that company and see if they'll remove it from their list, be my guest. This is where I'm out. So yeah.
Yeah.
Not T2, so it has the good old SPI ROM with UEFI and the usual variables. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought, Pianov. Thanks for the confirmation on the A17X, yeah. Good. Right, this is just stuck on an Apple logo. I'm going to reboot it and see if we can get to a boot menu. So I'm going to hold down the power button.
I'm going to... Do you have sticky notes or equivalent?
No, but I'll give you a Sharpie and you can write on that one.
Sure, okay. I just held down the power button. Why did you turn back on? You swine. Is it not possible to turn off a modern Mac?
Why would you want to turn off your Mac? Then you can't use it.
Well, what if I'm not using it?
Why wouldn't you be using it?
Because I'm in Andorra on holiday and my laptop's in the UK.
I don't even know where Andorra is. Oh.
Mac OS contains a built-in screen reader called VoiceOver. If you know how to use VoiceOver, press the command key while you press Touch ID.
The command
at the
key.
right end of the touch bar. To learn how to
Touch
use
bar.
VoiceOver to set up your Mac, tap Escape at the left end of the touch bar.
Touch bar.
It's putting the emphasis on the wrong syllables.
Triple click Touch ID. Or does it mean actually click?
Accessibility shortcuts.
Ah.
I've never done that before.
Use the tab key to navigate and press space to toggle an option.
I see.
That's a strong, confident male voice.
Zoom, unticked. Invert colors, unticked. Color filters, unticked. Increase contrast, unticked.
It sure does feel good to get out of that box. All right. See, Tech.
Unticked.
Okay.
Ticked. Unticked.
Caradog.
Reduce sticky slow keys, unticked. Sticky keys.
Caradog, please turn off this laptop.
Isn't sticky keys just butterfly keyboard?
Oh no. Zing. All right.
How do I turn off this laptop?
Just close the lid. Who cares?
Okay.
Oh no, the battery might run down. The cake looks very nice. Caradog brought it with him. What is the source of this cake? Is this family cake?
Yes.
I see. Good. Huh. Can you change out the locked motherboard on these for an unlocked motherboard? You could. But at that point, you should probably... I mean...
At that point, you are buying a new laptop.
But then on the other hand, we've got one... if you had another model that had a broken screen, you could then swap the screen. You'd probably swap the screens over instead of swapping the motherboards. But yeah, if you've got another motherboard for some reason or other, but like if you don't have a spare motherboard lined up and you're buying motherboards, you're probably better off just buying another laptop. So yeah, it's possible. Okay, it's 3:04. I'm going to try and boot this from boot menu, and then I think we're going to wrap up.
Also, I think the Mac that is on your workbench over yonder is muck broken.
Oh.
Because it cannot muck recovery.
Well, I'll...
Muck internet has muck failed.
I'll muck think about that next muck week. What are you?
A laptop.
Yeah.
What is your major malfunction?
This is an A17 something as well, isn't it?
This is a 2251.
2251. That's Apple Silicon, I think, isn't it?
No, it's late 2019.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Also, it's got 2 fans. It can't be Apple Silicon.
Very well.
All of the Apple Silicons are 1 fan. As far as I am aware.
Understandable. Cool. I'm holding down the Option key for the boot menu then.
Because, as far as I'm aware, all of the Apple Silicon ones are like 7-watt processors.
This might be in limp mode because the battery is disconnected. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off, connect the battery, and try it one more time, just to see if I can get it past the Apple logo, and just confirm that this thing isn't muck fucked. And then we'll wrap up.
Yes, for these, display is less expensive in the board, opposite from the older Retina models.
Wildly.
Huawei? What about Huawei?
Wildly.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Right.
It's Apple's way or the Huawei. You good there?
Sometimes. All right.
I wasn't asking about your behaviour. Clonk. Apple and McDonald's create a co-branded promotional laptop.
The Muck MacBook.
Yes,
I struggled with that one then.
the MacBook.
The MacBook.
Probably just the MacBook.
With a side of McPhee. Everyone laughed. That was hilarious. All right. Right. Okay. Nearly there. It's the end of the stream, folks. I need to plug in this.
See, surely the laptop wouldn't come with a side of McPhee. It would just be available for a high McPhee.
What's this doing?
I don't know.
It is trying to start. Yep, 800 milliamps. Okay, right. That's the wrong one. I need this one to make that noise.
And it's gone back to muck recovery because it's muck fucked. Yeah, no. It's just gone back to internet recovery again, not the actual recovery.
That's the one that wouldn't boot from USB either, isn't it?
No, that's the one that's MDM locked.
Sorry, the one that was power cycling, I mean. Like, that crashed when we tried to boot it from USB.
Yes.
Yeah. So that one just won't start from anything. So yeah, that boot loops when it tries to boot macOS.
Yes. And apparently gives an error of 1005.
Yeah. I reckon that's got memory problems, and just at some point he's managed to bully it to the point where it spat out an error message at him.
Yes.
So yeah.
However, it gives you muck errors.
Yeah. That looks like a rabbit hole. I'm probably going to take a pass on that one.
Muerto, replace some RAM chips for me.
Maybe. I'll say to him, I know a guy who's kind of insane. Yeah, it's up to him if we go down that route. But then also, was that an A17 something again?
This one is a 1989.
Maybe. Yeah, I'll have to check what year that one is and see what Muerto's thoughts are. But yeah, that one doesn't sound promising. That one sounds like a rabbit hole. This one doesn't want to do anything. I'm holding down Option. We're just stuck on an Apple screen at the moment. It is charging the battery now. I think I'm going to come back to this one next week. When I can look
At the very
properly.
least, you've got this one.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've got one solid win out of these so far. So yeah, these 4 here, we haven't gotten to those ones yet.
No, they
we?
are various states of no power.
Oh, those were, yeah, okay, so those are no power, so yeah. Okay.
They are no power without any further looking other than plugging the charger in didn't turn it on.
Yeah, okay, those are video candidates in that case then. I'll get the cameras rolling for those and I'll see if I can figure out what's wrong with those.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hold on.
This isn't doing anything, I'm unplugging it.
This one will turn on, but you don't get a display on the screen. It gives you the grey display on the external.
Oh yeah, so that's probably just got a broken screen, hasn't it?
Possibly.
Yeah.
And this is a 1706.
Didn't this one give a Oh yeah, didn't this one give a grey display with a mouse cursor?
No, that was this one.
Okay, that was just that one. Yep, okay. Yeah, this one...
That one did nothing with an with an external.
Got it.
The only reason we went, it's doing something is because the internal lit up.
Yes, got it. All right. So yeah, this one has a broken screen, but also it's not giving us any kind of signs of life, where it's not giving us a boot. It's giving us an Apple logo on the HDMI, but nothing else. So there might be additional things wrong with this one. So I need to look at it closer before I order a screen for it.
A 1989 is 2018, has T2, could try DFU recovery.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which one? 1989.
Yeah.
Oh, which was the one that was over there.
Yeah, I mean, we could. I thought...
was it?
I thought if you needed to do
1989.
Yeah, that was this one over here, I think. I'll double check.
Did I leave one over there? Oh, good. I thought I picked the one up from over there and placed it here.
Yeah, this is the 1989. I thought that if your firmware was buggered, you had no power. I didn't think. I thought you had no picture if the firmware was knackered.
How do you DFU? Do we need another working one of?
We do. This is why I want to have an M1 in the shop. Yeah.
You need Apple Silicon.
It doesn't have to be Apple Silicon. It just needs to be a modern Mac with a Type-C port, and it has to be able to run Sonoma. Otherwise, you have to use an obscure Apple utility that just sounds like a nightmare rabbit hole to use. However, I've done it with Sonoma on an Apple Silicon Mac, and it was just really easy. So I'm like, I'm buying one of these because this makes it easy.
Right.
And I have an M1. I have an M1 in the shop at the. I have an M1 Air in the shop right now that currently belongs to me. Okay. I'm going to rest the cover on the back of that.
Oh, I see. Right, okay, yeah.
So yeah, I'll try a DFU recovery on it. Yeah, just to see if that works. I didn't think that would work for this context, but yeah, I'll certainly give it a try because it doesn't cost anything, and I currently have the equipment to do it. So yeah, because I've got two MacBook Air M1s in my possession that I've ordered in for a customer. However, until the customer actually comes in to buy them from me, they currently belong to me, so I will use them for shenanigans. So yeah. Got a 2020 M1 in for a few weeks ago that's been to another shop. Estimated $650 for a motherboard replacement. Yeah, so you just buy another one off eBay for that. The M1s are like $350 to $400 on eBay UK right now. And like the Pros are a bit more expensive. The Pros are more like sort of $450, but even still. You fixed it with a DFU revive. Oh yeah, great success. That's a long outro. Shush. Cool.
That makes make a semblance of sense, just so you can track them.
Yeah, actually, I'll just quickly scribble on this one, what's going on with this one as well, because I will forget everything when Tuesday rolls around.
Yeah. Have you got tickets for all of these?
Yes, I have.
Is it worth just typing on the tickets?
Yeah, I might do that in just a sec. So yeah, broken screen, stuck on Apple logo. Cool. All right, we're going to wrap up here, and I'll update my ticket list off stream. You guys don't need to watch me do paperwork. Next video is going to be a quick one. It's going to be a repair video.
Good.
I can't really say anything else without spoilers. But so yeah, I don't know if people want spoilers or not. But yeah, suffice to say, it's a bust basically. However, it's a quick and straightforward bust, and I'm like, this is a very clear example of this. So I will do a video. So yeah,
When's
slime build? Oh yeah, I'll be working on that this weekend as well. I've recorded a lot of footage, and I need to edit a bunch of the footage for that to make sure that things are going according to plan. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of video editing this weekend. So yeah. Make sure to pay Caradog with a shiny £1. I don't have a pound, but I do have 50 pence. There you go, sir.
I'm worth half of TFT.
I was looking to see if you had a breast pocket there that I could be like, there you go. You know? That's the end of the stream.
You have the mouse.
I do have the mouse.
You need to end it.
I'm going to end it all, I'm telling you that much. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for keeping us company. And we'll see you next week with something else, I assume. So see you all soon. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Side returns to the end. Goodbye. Well then.